Welcome back to the Cryptic Cabal Season 1, technically. Though the listing says Season 2 for Monster Monday, we are back for Session 14 of 18 weeks into the month, I believe, at this point. We've had a little bit happening. Last time we left off, the party had decided to bury what few armor they could not carry from the the outpost that they had found, managing to bury a few sets. Or no, yeah, we did. You guys did end up burying it in the ton-sized hole that he dug. As you lot decided to leave some of the heavier items to behind, gathering up what equipment you could. A group would of what you assume to be monsters. What could the armor? Yep. What could have been hobgoblins from what the party assumed at that point. Seemed to be sneaking up on you lot during this process, though, due to some quick thinking from Melvin and a little bit of minor image. A Tunathy Tunverson managed to suddenly appear in the open and be tracked by the hobgoblins as it slowly walked away, while you lot managed to clear and escape from the hobgoblins that were coming after you. Though, not before setting a forest on fire and completely delaying the mercenary company that was following up behind you, as they had to put out the now heavy fire in the forest. But as you lot continued on your way, running into some minor dire lions, you lot would end up at camp with a bit of discussion on the plan, and with everything said and done, the explanation of going towards the armory was your set deal with Ultimus at hand, as well as the other party, as you were informed, heading towards the barracks. With a little bit of quick thinking and a lot of flying, you lot would manage to go through the air, leaving Melvin halfway behind, but as well as Ultimus falling off the poor Tuntun's shell. But as the party would come colliding through, Gygax and Tuntun would make quick work inside the armory, setting things on fire, burning down most of the woodwork and any weapons and items that weren't magical. Because, in honesty, what Tuntun's goal really was just to get rid of the non-valuable items as quickly as possible. No, this was totally a calculated decision.
For sure.
With Gygax and Tuntun taking down the guards, the two hamster beastfolk knights not standing a chance with the combined attacks of Melvin and Gygax, the party would manage to secure the armory, all the while Dutes playing a lovely song that almost eerily seemed to pick up on the night wind with the rest of the city, as you would hear the mercenaries begin to sing along, a clashing of weapons kind of picking up here and there and continuing on. But as you lot would manage to find yourselves finally defeating the few guard that were left in the armory, you would realize that Ultimus seemed to have been clearing the guards on the exterior that were seemingly coming towards you lot, giving you the time to finish and clear out the room. We return to you lot, having heard the loud explosions coming from the castle, having stepped out of the armory as you did so. The rest of the party now gathering down below. The one guard still dead around the corner that had fallen out of the window that Tuntun had spared to let run. You lot now stand on the very lightly lit road. Straight down the road straight north looks to be the massive castle, eerily occasionally exploding, and the sounds of clashing metal and magic can be heard as you realize the siege is starting to shift. More shouts are called, and more guards sound like they are starting to come out of almost nowhere as the streets start to pick up with more heavy combat. What would you like to do?
So I would like to, once my song finishes up, begin making my way to the castle, hoping to find a route that will be less filled with angry guards.
Alright. Does the rest of the party just follow after Dutes, I assume? As Dutes starts kind of jogging up the main street?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm gonna go into hide skill and
follow.
Okay. Are you trying to move silently or just not be just not be seen?
Just not be seen.
Okay, give me a hide check.
I'm gonna roll one of those too. I am floating up higher and kind of
Okay.
using the building shadows.
Okay.
There was no reason for me to try to hide.
I would say the heavy rain kind of pouring down on you a lot. The sky almost pitch black. The only little bits of light are coming from the occasional little what looks to be lanterns hung along the streetway to light up the streets at night, and the occasional ever bright torches that are still burning left on the ground here or there where guards have been either killed or mercenaries have been cut down. 8. Oof. Alright, as Gygax kind of finds himself somewhat shrinking himself down to be flat, almost down to where he is completely squished himself. You manage to kind of hide yourself in a nice shape of Tuntun's shadow as you follow after. As you do so, Melvin kind of floating up into the air, hiding into the darkness of what looks to be the shadows of the building, though unfortunately many of these buildings seemingly having their shadows into the alleys. Melvin kind of dipping and kind of trying to speed along to each of the shadows as he goes along, diving into each one from this in the air as you continue down the main road. Ultimus kind of falls in beside you as they do so. As before you turn down or turn up the main or one of the center street where it seems that the fighting has started to clear out. Much of the what sounds like clashing of weapons happening in the background and in the side alleys around you. Ultimus kind of turns to you lot and goes, "So there's some good news I got from Neff and some bad news. Good news is we're winning. Bad news, Neff found out it was an ambush and he's not in a very good mood. He did get some information though, and you're not gonna like it.
What is it?
How familiar are you with aboliths?
Tauntaun with his blank look because he has no idea what it is.
Do I know anything?
Roll me a knowledge history check, or a,
What about
You,
dungeoneering?
I'll say you have dungeoneering. I'll say yeah for dungeoneering.
Oh no.
Oh man, 12.
Oof. With a 12, aboleth, those things are supposed to be in the water. You know that. You know the creatures are giant. They look like giant white tentacled creatures with singular faces or mouth, like almost only a mouth and no visible eyes. They seem to only survive in the water. It'd be strange for something like that to be on land.
You mean the water creature?
Ultimus kind of looks at you and goes, "Yeah, I don't know what he meant by it, I'll be honest. I'm kind of confused as well, because last I checked, these creatures don't typically come on the land, and they can't survive in castles, but all I know is Neff said he wanted help, and to send the rest of the army, or the mercenary company, to start heading that direction. I'm planning to," and she kind of pulls out what looks to be a bag full, something very greasy that seems going to be seeping through the leather sack, and goes, "Kind of planning something with that oil, that leftover oil that Tuntun decided not to take."
What do you have in mind?
Well, I figure you guys go in, distract them. There might be a couple of royal guards that kind of are blocking the way to the stairway I need to get to, and then I'll just kind of blow up some towers, and if everything goes well, the tower should fall down on the creature. If it doesn't, then, well, you guys don't really have to worry about it, because you'll probably die anyways. And she just looks at you deadpanned. But if you survive, Neff will owe you. So there's that. And if you think about it, if you manage to take out an aboleth mage, I was told by Neff you lot were looking to gain renown, right? You know, it's a big creature. Maybe?
Tauntaun looks at Doots. after that statement, knowing what our job is.
Fine. We'll get this. We'll distract the guards. Just make sure you get that tower to fall on it.
I mean, I think I can. I'm probably sure I can. About 10%.
Yes, Mo.
Yeah.
Or, sorry, yes.
Can I eat it?
I don't think anyone will be opposed to you taking a few bites.
Goody.
Tuntun chortles a war cry, and he's going to start marching on the castle, because I believe that's where we're supposed to go. Yeah? Yeah.
Yeah, to the castle we go.
She looks at you and nods and goes, "All right, but oh, I should." As you guys start kind of walking off, she just kind of stops and goes, "They probably don't need. It probably won't be a problem," and starts kind of jogging to catch back up with you lot.
Oh no, I turn around. What?
I mean, it's just a hypothetical, but are you lot happen to be very good at? I mean, are you wise, charismatic, intelligent lots? Because I mean, it's not that it's dangerous. It's just more that it has a chance to kind of enslave you by looking at you.
Tuntun shakes his head very violently.
Neff kind of may have had to cut down 2 guards that already got turned into like raging beasts. He's kind of locked in the treasure vault though right now. Told me there's thousands of gold pieces, bunch of items. I mean, there's gemstones to no other. Now, this might have also been to tantalize you all to get your interest to go get involved, as the rest of the mercenaries are kind of busy. So, but it is the vault of a castle of of one of the richest nations in the world. As she kind of like gives a wide grin and smile at you.
Listen, Tuntun's not smart, but he ain't stupid. But he knows that if there's something that's going to take advantage of someone who doesn't really have good intelligence or wisdom, he ain't the one to go up against him. Because he could pose a danger to his friends.
Yeah. While it is tempting, I think I'd rather not deal with that just yet.
Well, if you don't, Neff will be kind of dead. So, it's kind of my way of telling you. You got one choice or two, or option 2. Either you end up not paid and you turn around, or no guts. You have the guts to go forward and we go kill us an aboleth and make a fucking legend out of it.
And let the tales be sowed that we will slay this aboleth.
She smiles and looks at Tun and goes, "All right, Tun." And she kind of leans down and starts patting your head. "I'm going to do something for you that they should have done for you the day that you joined this party." And she takes a thick piece of cloth out from a bag of holding and wraps it around your eyes. And goes, "All right. This isn't going to help necessarily, but at least it'll do better than nothing. Now, I know we have about a half a mile, or a good mile to walk. You're fine just walking straight, right?"
Tuntun nods, turns around with a slightly off angle, and walks into a wall.
Okay, I'll tie it on to him when we get to the castle gates.
Yeah, I think that's for the best.
To the rest of you, my advice, these creatures are quite capable. They're known for hunting, even mind flayers in the water. Don't take it at all to be a easy fight when it comes to this. And that's not to account the guards that are going to be there. If you're lucky, and from what Neff said, the thing doesn't seem to be a friend to anybody other than, well, there was a noble in there, but Neff's got him in the vault, I think, right now. And that would probably explain why he's not the creature hasn't gone into the vault. If you can, I'd use the guards, but that's just me. And she kind of smiles and starts kind of walking a little bit faster. As you lot start walking down the street, this main road, you see as all around you, the buildings are kind of seem to be broken into, smashed. Fires seem to be kicking up. The sounds of clashing metal can kind of be heard throughout the street, or throughout the side alleys. But the main street you seem to follow up almost seems completely empty of and void of any sort of life. Though bodies are littering the ground all around, different pieces, corpses and such, None of them look to be wearing the samurai armor that Neff's mercenary company seems to wear. Almost all seem to exclusively be wearing the heavy bronze or lighter or heavier copper plating that they were. Many of them, though, being kobolds of different scale color, as you kind of continue through the streets. As you finally reach the outer gate of the castle, the central castle walls, completely unimpeded as the mercenary company kept fighting and keeps fighting, you can see that the gate itself into the castle has been completely broken open and seems to be almost pushed outwards towards you and out towards the city, as if something broke out from the inside. As you look about, you see in the courtyard guard bodies kind of lying all about the very nicely well-kept, well, what was a well-kept garden with beautiful flowers that are many of them being torn up, the dirt around seeming to be torn up in lashes of what looks to be thin, almost thin chunks of dirt where grass once was, kind of coming to a singular point that seems to be about 8 feet long. The inner castle itself seeming to be only 4 towers on each side, and a central large building that goes up about 8 floors. You notice that the castle doors itself have also, similarly to the gate, seemingly been exploded out, and from what it looks like, you see one seems to have just fallen forward, while the other seems to have slammed into a wall and slightly imprinted itself into the stone brick itself. Inside, it looks to be a bloodbath as you see blood everywhere around, but as you still stand at the castle gates looking on, Ultimus kind of leans over, tying this thing around Tuntun's eyes, covering his eyes completely. Tuntun, you now have a +3 to will saves temporarily.
Nice.
As Ultimus kind of looks at you lot and goes, "So I'm gonna circle around and take my climbing spikes out and just go up the side of the towers. I'm not going in the building. Neff should be on the 2nd floor, maybe the 1st. No, it might be the 1st. It might have been, somewhere in there. Just listen for the screaming. I've heard he's very angry. That might be because I got in and then turned around and left, but that's regardless."
All right. We'll try to be there as quickly as we can.
She smiles and goes, "Oh, and there were some guards still in there. Like I mentioned, I don't know if they're alive, but good luck." And she turns and starts running over to one of the castle towers, pulling out 2 blades and starting to kind of clamp them into the brick, in between the brick as best she can. As she starts climbing them up.
Still hidden. I'm gonna enter the doors to see what it's like inside.
Alright. As you head forward, as the party kind of stands there talking amongst themselves, looking at the castle and starting to kind of put together a plan, heading up to the edge of the castle itself and looking inside, you see it almost opens up immediately as the right in front of you seems to be a very nice golden plated floor. Looks to be sparkling and shiny. It seems to kind of have almost a designated path of sorts that leads you about as it sharply turns off to the right. In one path, it continues straight in another and seems to turn to the left in another. Strange, what looks to be rough carpeting is kind of pretty much everywhere else that has what looks to be some tables, chairs, other average furniture that's been torn about and thrashed about. You see guard bodies, or bodies of guards kind of lying about, many of them having their heads completely severed, only leaving the body themselves. As you look about, you count 12 guards in total at the front entrance. As you look forward, though, you can clearly see where even the throne of the council was that had sat here, and can clearly see off to the left where what looks to be the signs of a vault or valuables, as the armor sets that are kind of still set off to the left of the or to a left hallway, just at the entrance, seems to be made of solid green metal.
I relay all this psionically to the party.
All right.
And wait inside. And so you said the 12 guards, those are the bodies, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay, so I relay all that, and I wait inside the room.
Okay.
Hidden.
All right, I'm going to roll 2 things real quick.
Sheet.
Shit.
You got a 19. Let's see if this thing can spot you. Don't worry, it's just a spot check.
something it's actually pretty good at.
Gygax, as you kind of find yourself kind of walking into the front entrance, just stepping your foot into the doorway and kind of testing to see if any creature would growl or any sort of notable noise would happen. As you step your foot forward, though, you're pretty sure that no one can see you. You suddenly hear, as your foot touches the first piece of gold plating on the ground, the light sound of a growl.
From where is it coming?
Give me a listen check to see if you can spot it specifically.
Nope.
Oh, inside the castle. Somewhere to the roughly as you look in the direction, it's either straight in front of you or off to the right. But there's a lot of building in both directions. The only thing you're sure is to the left. It's not, or it is not in the left, or to your left. The ceiling for the first floor is 50 feet tall.
All right, I kind of take a glance up as well to see if I see anything.
Let's see. I'm double checking something on this creature to make sure if it's still what I think. Yeah, it does hunt the way I think it does. Does it have? Oh, as you look up, up right above the like the central portion of the front room of this building or of this castle is, you can see the massive looking creature that. Well, when Melvin kind of explained roughly what an aboleth was, you were expecting the description of what a 5e aboleth would be: long tentacles, singular eyes. Instead, you get a rather wide-looking blue-like fish with very thin tentacles that almost looks like a long and heavy, or rather large sturgeon-like creature.
How much bigger is it than me?
What's your size, or how big are you again?
I'm roughly the size of a bear.
Give me a second. Let me confirm something to make sure I am correct on this. It is roughly about 30 feet long, and if you had to guess, you'd probably put it somewhere around 8,000 pounds at least.
Okay, I'm psionically saying this. It's above me. It's bigger than me, and it weighs a lot. And as I'm saying, how far am I from the door?
You're still standing in the doorway of the castle itself. You just put, as soon as you put your foot down, heard the growling, you stopped immediately and waited.
I'm gonna do a jump and tumble backwards
out
of the door.
All right. Give me a jump and tumble check, please. I forgot tumble was 3.5 acrobatics. I'll have to remember that.
Here's the jump.
10, okay.
Here's the tumble.
Wow.
I'm sucking.
As you jump, don't have race kill. Someone earlier rolled their stats and they weren't too happy with them, so don't feel bad. As you jump backwards, doing almost a backflip in the air and kind of somersaulting backwards towards the party, the creature, though you almost expect it to make a move, does not seem to even move a moment. Though, not like you take the time to stare at it and wait to see if it's going to, as you jump away, tumbling back to kind of rejoin the rest of the party. Ultimate's now halfway up the climbing tower.
I want to look to see if there's another, or potentially another way into that room.
Okay. Give me a search check. I assume you're gonna start to kind of circle around the castle. Now knowing that the aboleth is right inside.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not getting very far because I got a 7.
My man. Okay. Does anyone else want to help? As I see dudes walk away to start looking at the castle itself.
Tuntun will peruse the castle structure with his untrained eye. So is spot check is what you said?
Search check, because you're looking for an
Search.
opening. Well, yeah.
There's my search check.
Okay.
Because now I'm looking for a way in because I want to eat this thing.
And not be eaten by it. Yeah, fair enough.
Yep.
That would be a simple 14.
Okay. Give me one sec. Alright. As you look on, circling
16
around.
for Melvin.
Ooh, nice. Okay. And I assume Melvin's got to be floating above a little bit higher off the ground to get a better POV.
That would be
Yeah.
like, it's over, dudes. I have the high ground.
And kind of like checking high, seeing if there's an entrance that they, other than Ton may be able to climb into.
Okay.
As unclimbability.
As you look about, right? Well, remember you still have some of that fly potion left.
That's true. I think about what is it half left?
It was half as
started.
It was half of what I gave to the party, yeah, or what I counted as. So you still have half flying potion left. Yeah. So as you kind of start circling around the castle, the courtyard is beautiful. It would be lovely in any other situation, dudes. And Tun, who, as well as Melvin. Although I don't imagine Gygax is a big appreciator of flowers and the art of gardening. I imagine.
Oh.
Yeah, I imagine he's more distracted by the prey that now is inside that he gets a chance to eat, you know. But as you kind of circle around, the obvious signs of battle having taken place, as many guards seem to have been cut down almost in single slashes, as they seem to have cuts straight across their chest. You circle around, and it doesn't take you long to notice the large windows on the second and third floor, not being any windows on the first floor as you circle around, as it is a castle. It is designed to be set siege to. Each of the windows look to be designed to be quite wide. It's almost strange as you notice there are also little rivulets in them. And I'm just going to generalize because of all of you doing your search check here. As you notice, the little rivulets in the window look to be set to hold ladders, as if to be able to climb up to the second floor from the first floor. Or from the ground floor outside. As you look about, though, circling around, Gygax finds a small, what looks to be, at first is unnoticeable due to the garden growing to the rest of you as you kind of circle through and the grass. The grass is so thick around the back, though you find a very small, well, rather medium-sized hole that seems to be just high enough for a medium-sized dog or some creature of the sort to fit through to get in. And as you kind of look down in the hole, Gygax leaning in, you can see the throne itself on the other side. It looks like you have and you can see the aboleth, in fact, even as you kind of look through the hole, all the way on the other side, the castle kind of floating above the doorway, staring down at the door where you had entered earlier.
If Dooch is not within range, I will sonically tell him, but if he is within range,
Oh,
I'll say it.
yeah, the rest of the party's kind
There's
of
a
all
hole here.
circled. Yeah.
You said there's a what here?
A hole. See? I can see the thing I want to eat.
Also, I like how I rolled, even though I have a blindfold on. So yeah, let's disregard that.
You're good. You stood out. That's why I did it, General. You know, you're fine.
I was like, I can't believe I literally just forgot. Like, oh, I have a fucking blindfold on. I smelt it. I can smell the flowers. I don't see them.
I don't know if Tuntun's gonna be able to fit through there, so he might have to go through the door though.
Wait, what was the dimensions of the hole?
It is a medium. It is designed for like a dog-like creature, though. So it's not wide enough for you to, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm a medium creature.
You
I
figure
almost take up the entire 5x5.
You'd figure
Push
Tun.
down.
Yeah, you could probably break through there if you had to.
I mean, I could probably dig through it. To be honest,
It's a stone wall.
well, the hole.
Mm-hmm. This is cut into the stone itself. Gygax.
Violence is always the answer, as my mama always said.
Gygax, what do you do? You I assume you tried to, or you turn into something when you say you can shrink down.
No, I'm talking to Dooch, and I'm saying I can morph into something and get through the hole. If that's the way we want to go.
We can. I was thinking that possibly if Tuntun can't fit through, have him still go through the front door, and we can attempt to pinch the Aboleth.
Tuntun is trying to look at Doots where his voice is coming from, but he has a blindfold on, so he can't exactly see where Doots is.
Why would we pinch him? Why
Melvin
would we
pushes
just?
Tuntun's head into the direction of Dukes.
Why wouldn't we just stab and eat him? Why would we pinch him?
It like be on both sides of him so that he has nowhere to go and he's being attacked on front and back.
Tuntun says the
Oh.
word flank in his language, but of course they don't understand it.
Okay. So sonically, I'm collectively joining all of us then into a conversation so we can talk to each other.
Can you actually do that?
Not as of yet.
No, I can't. But I can be the mediator. But I can be the mediator between Tuntun and all the rest.
Yeah, he
So-
can link up. Well, technically, Melvin and Dudes can talk to each other. It's just the problem is that Tuntun can't hear anybody else. So
Yeah. So I'm gonna talk to Tuntun sonically. Doots wants you to go in the front door.
I mean,
then-
I can understand them.
And then,
I'm sorry.
but now you can reply to me. So now I'm gonna go in through here. I don't know where Doots and Melvin are gonna go though.
Where is here, my good sir?
Oh, there's a hole in the wall on the backside of the building
Hmm.
where we can get into. It's a little too small for you though.
So how would I? So are you going to set me up in front of the door? Because I can't exactly get there on my own with this thing on my face.
Let me ask Doots. Doots, Tuntun wants to know how he's gonna get to the front door since he can't see.
I was thinking of having me and Tuntun go through the door, and you and Melvin can go through the hole.
Okay, so I relay that to Tuntun.
Don't worry, you don't have to repeat it. I can hear it.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I forgot.
No worries. I'm able to understand everything that is said. It's just the replying part that I have trouble with.
Okay, so yeah, you okay with that plan?
Yes, but of course. I
Okay.
have no problem entering from the front door in a valiant charge against the adversaries set forth before me.
Doots, Tuntun's ready to charge and kill.
All right. Let's try and do this on my cue. When you hear the door slam open, come through the hole as fast as you can.
Okay, Melvin, you ready?
Ready as I'll ever be.
Okay. I'm
I
gonna
will guide.
go into
go ahead.
hide
okay.
because I want to try and get through the hole first and be ready.
I was gonna say it will be about a 60-foot dash to the front door from the once you get through the hole. So
There's my
I would
hide
also-
skill.
okay.
I would also like to psionically, as we're heading towards the hole, to Doots just be like, you know, if Ultimus drops a tower on us while we're in here, we're probably all dead, right?
Unfortunately, so let's try to. Once we feel this castle start shaking, let's try to make our way out.
As
Okay.
now, so Doots is going with Tun back around the front.
Yeah.
Okay. As you two kind of circle your way back around, Gygax, you, and that's for your hide check.
Yeah, that's my hide skill.
Okay. Good thing you rolled well this time, because you're gonna need it with its spot check. As you kind of find yourself kind of squeezing your way into the hole, getting to the right to where you're pretty comfortable knowing the creature wouldn't be able to spot you currently without it actively looking for you. You wait to see, or wait for Doots and Tun to get around the other side. While they do this, Neff, as we pop to you, sitting in the vault, what looks to be a very young, black-scaled dragonkin in nobleman's clothing, who is very scratched up. It has been unconscious for about 2 hours now, in the 4 hours you've been stuck in this vault, it feels like. Or what you assume now to be 4 hours. It's kind of hard to tell, given how hot and stuffy it is in here. Last thing you remember is a few hours ago, what felt like such, Ultimus had come down and come through into the vault, though you were fully unsure how, and they didn't seem to be willing to tell you anything, just that they'd get you help. As you start to hear the sounds of growling from the creature once again, kind of echoing throughout the vault. The vault around you, as you look about, seems to be almost solid, made of solid golden metal. Though you've kind of packed away most of the valuables, there seems to be a singular vent that kind of feeds into the room from somewhere else in the castle. That seems to be only about a foot wide, less than a half a foot tall. You think that's how Ultimus got in here, as the door in front of you was blocked and kind of held closed and shut closed by you to escape the aboleth. What would you like to do?
I can actually do something with that vent. I have an item. I have the Silver Raven statuette,
Okay.
which can send a message to somebody. The Raven will physically fly, I believe, within a 24-hour distance,
Okay.
which within the castle should easily, or nearby, of wherever the fuck one is. And I'll just send a message about my my situation
Okay.
through this Raven.
Okay. As the Raven heads through the thing, and who are you sending it specifically to in Monday?
Dudes.
Dudes. Okay.
I was told he was leader.
A few minutes go by, and you hear the Raven kind of flying through the vents. And then you hear someone start screaming, a very loud and high-pitched scream as they come tumbling down. What you expect to be an extremely narrow vent, as the vent kind of pops open and you see Ultimus kind of come shoveling out into the room, almost as if coming off of a hefty slide. Hi!
Do you mean to come back, or?
Oh, I fell in. Good news. They're going after the aboleth. She kind of hands you back the raven that had fallen into her mouth when she screamed. She goes, "Bad news. I don't think they realized it's a mage."
Uh-huh.
I tried to
How do
explain
we-
that. What?
So how do we leave?
Oh, I put explosives all around the castle.
Well, I hope the vault holds.
Well, I hope not. That's kind of the goal. They think I'm dropping the towers on the aboleth. I don't know why they thought that. I mean, I may have told them that, but that doesn't matter, right?
I look at Ultimus processing that I am stuck in the vault, and if the explosion breaks the vault and crushes me to death, I can't do anything about it.
As you kind of stare, Ultimus, having kind of contemplating this, we come back to Tun-Tun, getting to the front door as Dutz leads him to it. The doorway, the two sides of wooden door completely having been already broken off. It's an open door into the castle itself, but you stand at the entrance looking through. You can kind of see, just barely, the slight glimpse of Gygax's large chest form in the hole about 60 feet in front of you.
I will psionically connect with Melvin.
Okay.
You think you can get it to the center of the room?
I might have an idea as to how to.
Are you willing to do it?
Yeah, give me a second. Let me take a look. From the hole, how much of the room can I see?
As you kind of squeeze a little bit past Gygax, so it's a tight squeeze to get around him. You can see straight in front of you for 60 feet, and the entirety of the room, the main room itself, looks to be about 40 feet wide, going straight down in front. Though you can see that the paths kind of wind off to either side, kind of giving a pretty hefty corridor. But you can see clearly towards the aboleth and the center of the room.
How far am I from the center of the room?
About 30 feet.
Okay. Is there anything about 25 feet from me in the room?
A couple of braziers that are unlit, some bodies of some guards that have been looked to have been cut and then been slightly chewed on. Now, a
Okay.
few destroyed statues and some pillars that are holding up the next floor.
I would like to... One of the chunks of destroyed statue.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any, like, wood or anything nearby?
Most of the inside of the castle, look to be wood flooring where that you don't see carpeting. So.
Okay. So I would like to cast Levitate
Okay.
on one of the larger pieces of stone
Okay.
statue.
Okay.
Up to 100 foot.
All right. Bring it all the way
And
to the
then-
ceiling. Okay.
Yeah, lift it up and then just I want to let it drop,
Okay.
so it makes a loud slam.
As you watch as the statue comes slamming down, the creature kind of turns its head, looking about. It is going to make a search check to see if it can find.
Gygax, you would notice a slight blue glow around Melvin's eye when he does this. You've never seen with magic before.
As the creature looks about, it seems to notice the statue and kind of key in on it, and like seems to float down slowly down towards the middle of the room. As it kind of comes to the center to investigate the statue, it looks to you can finally fully see it, dudes, as it looks seems to be looking away from you with its back turned. This creature, Gygax thought it was about 30 feet. You'd probably put this thing more at like 50. The weight though seems to be about accurate. As you also notice that the creature has on its back what looks to be a large jewel that you don't remember being any part of the description of these creatures.
Okay. I'm going to silently open the door wide enough for Tuntun to get in.
It's already open.
There's no door in front of you. It's just a wide open door. Yeah.
Sorry, that's my fault.
You're good, no worries.
I will then tell Tuntun, do what you do best. Go forward. And then I will scream at the top of my lungs while strumming my lute or guitar
Okay.
that, let's turn up the volume, for this is a funeral for the living, and begin playing a song.
Okay, what are we playing?
So I am playing a edited version of The Geeks Will Inherit the Earth by Flight Dragons.
The earth.
Oh my god. Oh man, now okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Alright.
The geeks will inherit the earth.
I
Just
wonder.
back to that one Simpsons episode.
Oh, I was thinking it was gonna be a rip on Revenge of the Nerds. Which is they actually do a song at the end of I think Revenge of the Nerds 3 that was a really big hit. Anyways, as you start playing the music, yeah, give me a perform check. Let's see what you got.
All right. 26.
26. As you start strumming your lute, the entirety of the room goes dark as almost an unseen light seems to focus in on you and the aboleth, as it seems to almost immediately react by turning towards you and seeing the sparkling Tuntun. You watch as the creature kind of licks its lips. Let's everyone roll initiative.
Initiative.
That includes
Is this a
Neff
smart idea?
and Ultimus.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
We should have just ran.
Okay.
Oh no!
17.
19.
I
I'm
also
going back.
rolled a 17.
Right.
Base 17.
Gygax. Oof.
Tuntun, you're probably going before me.
A lot. Oh man, fuck you, Neff. God damn it.
I have a plus 12 to initiative.
I can never win.
No.
I rolled that on fucking World Anvil too.
That's
Well,
fair.
what's your dexterity, Mr. Melvin?
12.
So what was Melvin? What was your and Tuntun? What
Me
was-
and Melvin both got 17. My dex is 14, his is 12, so I think that means I go first before him.
Yup. Give me a second as I get everything. That's honestly not a bad mix-up for the lot. Let me roll for the creature and see how well it does. Wow, this thing actually has a low initiative bonus at the very least. Wow, and honestly, that hurts, gentlemen. That definitely hurts tonight.
Not doing too hot.
No, that was terrible. And then let me roll for the poor noble who's stuck with no Neff in the
Did
background.
the creature roll lower than a 4?
No, he rolled a 15. All right. As we start at the top of the initiative, as the music starts blaring, Neff, you are up as you're in this vault. Your raven
Can
back
you
in
hear
your
this
hand.
plan?
Yeah, I was gonna say you did. Go ahead and give me a listen check to see how much of this you can hear.
Do I even have ranks in listen? Let's find out.
Probably not, but you should.
Yeah, but I had a lot of things I had to have ranks in.
That's also true. Samurai is a very dedicated class.
Yeah. I have a +2 to these.
Ooh.
16.
16. You put down your weighted dice, I see. I'll tell that story after session today for you boys later. 16. As you listen, you start to hear the sounds of the music kind of starting to pick up, and before that, it sounds like something hitting stone, though it's hard to, I mean, that could have been literally the castle breaking apart, or someone, smacking something. It's too hard to distinguish. But as the distinct sound of music starts to pick up, it doesn't take too long to put together that there's only one bard that you remember having hired, and that was Doots.
Interesting plan to play music with the aboleth, but if it works, it works. I won't question it.
Alright. Do you do anything with your turn, Nev?
Well, according to Ultimus, we're just waiting until the explosion happens, right?
Yep.
I'll send the bird out again. It'll be funny at least.
Okay. And what are you saying, what are you sending to, in the message?
It's based on animal messenger, so let's see how complex a message I can end. Animal messenger, tiny animal. Does it not specify? Must be simple instructions.
So basically it has to be something the creature could easily repeat with its simple understanding. Meaning, you talking to it as if you're trying to have a dog pass on a message.
Well, it's a raven, so they can voice mimic people. It's their one thing.
That's true. So you'll just have to keep it in one
like
statement.
Yeah. Aboleth, stronger than you think, is a wizard.
Okay.
And I'll send that off to dudes.
Alright, the creature is going to turn. What's its movement speed? Does it state? Is it just a raven?
60 foot, because it's a raven.
60 feet, okay. Using its full movement and its second action for movement. Doots, you see as a little white raven comes out of one of the little corner off to your left, where you see a single chair kind of broken apart come flying over to you, and it repeats the exact message you just heard in Neff's voice.
So I like to think that I'm in the middle of strumming, getting ready to play. I hear this in my ear. I immediately stop.
The silence and the music goes as Neff's turn ends. All right, we'll
And
come
I
back.
scream at the top of my lungs on my turn.
All right, we're almost to the work. Oh yeah. Let me double check something. Oh, you didn't write down your initiative for me here. What was it?
Mine?
Yeah.
19.
19. Okay, I figured as much. I knew you were, because I was like, I'm pretty sure you said something. I thought you were after Ultimus. Okay. All right. As you kind of hear the music kind of stops, Ultimus kind of looks over at you and sees you sending the raven and goes, "Oh, think about it. I probably should have told him. That probably would have been more useful not to try and get his attention. Oh well." She
I'm
kind
sure
of.
it'll be fun.
She kind of goes back to loot of picking through the pockets of the noble on the ground.
Yep.
Dudes, as the music suddenly just stops, the sound of the lute, suddenly the string kind of getting pulled up, the really sharp string sound, cut of the instrument sound kind of piping through, the creature staring at you with drool kind of coming down the side of its mouth.
Okay.
Tun blinded, not knowing what.
No, the
is
music
going
just
on.
stopped. Tun and Gygax and Melvin have no idea what's just happened as the music cuts.
So I quickly look around the room, see if there is any potential way this thing to get out physically.
The doorway you just came through. It's quite wide. It looks like, as you realize, the creature probably impacted the doorway to break it open before deciding to stay in here.
So this is more like a funeral for us at this point. 'Cause we're probably gonna have to hold this thing here until this castle comes down. Fuck it. I am gonna continue playing.
The music picks back up suddenly.
It's like, you know what?
Dude,
We're
this is-
already here. He's already seen us. Let's rock.
I imagine the nervous sweat down Dudes and the just kind of nervous laughter as the music picks back up.
Dude's playing your funeral music. Da 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 da.
Yeah, it sounds a little bit more somber.
This party's getting crazy. Let's rock. All right, let's get this done.
Tun noticing.
We're going out with a bang.
Tun, Gygax, and Melvin. The music sounds slightly more aggressive now, a little bit different. I will give a +1 to rolls for the roll for the performer earlier.
It's going to be Inspire Courage, so everyone's getting a +1. Wait, yeah, it's still a +1 to morale saving throw against Charm and Fear, and a additional +1 to attack and damage roll or weapon rolls.
+1 against charm, you say?
+1 against Charm, Fear, attack, damage, and morale.
Based. Honestly, the charm one might come in clutch.
Yeah. Let's hope so. All right. And I will begin singing at the top of my lungs. The monsters will inherit the throne.
Okay.
The monsters will inherit the throne.
As the music starts to blare up, you feel the extra +1 kind of causing you to a little bit of panic coming into you, but you all find yourselves almost with a natural fear immunity as the music rages on, knowing almost a sense of dread coming through you, but the acceptance as this is a do or die fight at this point. You lot begin to feel the effects of the music as it starts to blare. All right. Anything else, dudes, from you?
I will cast Prestidigitation.
Mm-hmm.
I know I butchered the hell out of that saying it.
Prestidigitation, you're good, yep.
There it is. And I will use it to make my voice boom so that the entire town can hear, and hopefully will increase their strength too, so that they can finish their fight and then come help us out.
The music starts to blare out almost as an echoed, almost an echo chamber. The castle first floor seems to work perfectly to amplify the music out. As you hear it expand out to the city, the singing begins to pick up again as the battles start to kind of explode out once again in loud combat as arrows go flying. Bolts of magic seem to explode, and the sounds of explosions coming from the barracks themselves seem to kind of continue, coming to a very loud rumble as you lot begin your work inside. Tunathy Tumberson, the largest turtle of them all. You're facing down with a blindfold and a cigar in your mouth, and might as well. Your death squad here. You march towards this.
Blindfolded, he's got a cigar in his mouth, you know.
Just the
if you're gonna go down, might as well go down fighting like hell. So Tun is going to, for the first time ever rage.
To not saying anything, feeling the fear immunity kind of coursing through him. Foam starts coming out of his mouth. The mineral goes from a light blue to a bright red coloration. And Tun begins to almost shake and look like, and start to move just slightly faster as his muscles on his arms start to expand out. All right.
Now, I need to double check with Chaston when it comes to rage, because it says like a +4 bonus to strength and constitution. Is that like if, let's say I have like a +5 to my strength, that means it's like a +9? Is that what it is? Or is it like a +4 to my strength, like abilities?
Not to your 8. So you now have a 24 in strength.
Yeah, you got that temp section where you have the two
Gotcha.
temp boxes on your character sheet. You can now put the base score as +4. You can ask me. I did play Barbarian, all right, motherfucker. That's the only class I knew really well.
Well, I didn't know, like, in the temporary spot, if I put temporary, like, 24 and temporary 18, or if it's temporary 4 for each of those.
No, you do the temp total to the base score, and then you can add your do the modifiers as well on that.
If you want to drop your strength to a -3, that's your entire decision.
That'd be a hell of a rage. You grow weaker the angrier you get.
A dumb rage.
Yeah. But yeah, Tun, as you rage, you seeing your muscles bulge out, you feeling healthier and angrier. You still can't see, but you know that there's something in front of you about 20 feet.
All right, let me finish changing things up, because I also get a bonus to temp HP.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, because it's 2 points per level, and I'm level 4? So it's an extra 8 hit points. But hey, that could be everything, you know?
It could be at this fight.
Alright, let's go to view. Because how far am I away from this aboleth?
20 feet in front of you at this point. It's slightly floating off the ground, about 5 feet in the air. But that's about the... but otherwise, it's straight in front of you.
Okay, cool.
So if you go the straight 20 feet, you will be able to hit it. Or 15, rather.
So then I would like to bull rush this thing.
Oh, no. All right. Interesting decision. Here we go. Let me see. So, all right. I'm just double checking to see if I have. Oh, it does provoke an attack of opportunity on the creature.
That's fine.
All right, okay. Luckily, attacks of opportunities can't be spells. And it can only hit you with one of its tentacles during such. That is a 25 to hit. I rolled low.
That would hit.
All right. Roll 1d6 plus 9, and then let me double check. All right. I need you also. You take 4 points of bludgeoning damage as the tentacle slams into you, and I need you to make a fortitude save.
Of course. 24.
Okay. Nothing seems to happen.
All right, and I'm pretty sure that's all because I used movement. Well, because Bull Rush is like the action included with movement, correct?
Bull Rush counts as a standard action. So it just counts. So that means it does not count as part of your movement.
So that means I use Bull Rush and then attack
you
again.
can still attack again, yeah, as you rush up to the creature. Now, to be fair, I'm just checking. Is there... A defender makes an opposed strength check. Okay, so there's a full thing to Bull Rush, just for your own notes. So, since you didn't... you failed the... Oh, yeah, because you failed it. Never mind. Yeah, we're good. All right. But you move up, having failed the Bull Rush, the creature manages to keep you up, but you're still now within striking range. You can still attack it.
All right. 23 to hit.
23. Let me see. That just hits.
That's a note for all the rest of you guys as well. Good luck. As for damage, that's 12 damage.
Alright, as you slam into the creature, give me a second to do, it has so much health, I didn't think to add this on before we started. Alright, as you slam into the creature, attacking with everything you have, watch as I assume you're using your spear helm for this.
No, I'm biting into this fucker.
Oh, as you bite into the creature, it seems to almost pull away as you tear at it. It screeches in pain as you do so, but looks as you pull away a chunk, you see the white flesh underneath. No blood, no physical damage of the creatures you're used to, and the slight fishy taste kind of becoming quite vile in your mouth. I need another fortitude save from you.
23.
23 succeeds. You are fine. Nothing seems to happen. All right,
this is gonna go horribly wrong when I fail, but whatever. Fucking fortitude roll. This is gonna be really bad. I can feel it.
It's fine. All right, Tun-Tun. As Tun-Tun goes charging at this creature, tearing into it, as just giving as good as he gets, as he smacked and bites into the tentacle, pulling away from it. The creature seems fully and focused into Tun-Tun. Melvin, you are up. This creature is in total now 25 feet in front of you with where it now stands, with its back turned to you, the large glowing orb on its back slightly now turning in like a reddish color as it does so. The creature, though, seeming completely unaware of you or Gygax currently in the hole.
Okay. So, trying to think of how I want to approach this. So I thought I had a spell, and apparently that's Ned.
Oh no! That's never good.
Well, I guess I'm just gonna do what I can. Oh, that's around me. Well, yeah. I'm going to hold my action to wait for Gygax because, that's my muscle.
Alright. Okay, as you hold your action, thus ending your turn, the aboleth is up and fully unaware of you lot. However, it's going to do a spot check just as an option to see if it notices you. Thankfully, due to Gygax's amazing hide check of a 36 earlier, you two are not noticed. Alright, the creature kind of looking at Tun-Tun, stares Tun-Tun down, and begins to, its eyes seemingly start to glow as each of them look down at you. Tun-Tun, though you can't make eye contact with the creature, you can feel the look of this creature, of its eyes. I need a will save from you.
All right, and you said I get a +3, correct?
Correct, from the bandana around your eyes right now. Which
15?
Alright, I'm gonna PM you the results because none of the party would be able to tell either way, and they will judge based on how you react or how you act.
All right.
Remember, it's a 16 because of the +1.
Okay, yeah, that's right. 16 because of the +1. I assume it still applies?
Yep.
All right.
Okay, as you kind of focus in, or the creature seemingly looks at Tun-Tun, and Tun-Tun kind of stares up at the creature. As it does so, the creature is then going to go ahead and cast a spell on itself and the area around it. I need a... Give me a second. I will say. Oh, actually, no, because it's only if it. All right. As a all around this Tun and the creature, you see as almost a wall of glimmering light appears and then dissipates, and then you see as Tun is laying on the ground, the heavy thing of a tentacle on top of him. Tun, you take. 7 points of damage. As you find yourself slammed onto the ground, or onto the stone, or the golden plates below, kind of laying there, as the rest of the party
Tun
sees.
wails in pain.
All right. As a Tun does so, okay, that doesn't give you activate the fortitude save, so you're good. That ends the creature's turn. Well, the noble's up. He's gonna make a fortitude save to see if he wakes up. He does not wake up. In fact, is more dives deeper into unconsciousness with a -2. As we get to finally the end of the initiative order, the eager and ecstatic Gygax, you are up.
I walk forward,
Okay.
and you said he's 25 feet away, correct?
Yep, in front, as you kind of shove by Melvin, going forward.
I walk 10 feet forward,
Okay.
and then I sling a pseudopod at him to do a adhesive crush with an incorporeal touch and a sneak attack.
Okay. This is about to be bad. I just realized how much damage this is going to be. Oh, wait, hold up. Do I have anything?
So first is just to try and get to hit him.
23 just hits.
Okay. Now it's going to be the damage.
I will also need a will save when you roll after you roll your damage.
Okay. Oh, and actually that would have been a 24 because of the +1.
Oh,
I forgot.
Then yes, you do hit. So, well, you still hit it regardless, but yeah.
The +1 to damage, is that +1 to each one of the different damages or just total?
Just total. As Doots gets higher level, that will increase, of course.
Yeah.
15 points of damage.
Nice. As you slant, or as you shoot the pseudopod through, yeah, go ahead and give me the will save as well.
All right, and this is me flying through the air and slamming into him, and I am going to become sticky, and I'm going to hold on to him.
Actually, then, disregard that will save, as you don't need to, since that's okay. As your pseudopod goes through, you watch as it almost seems to go through what you realize is some sort of illusionary wall, or you would normally realize it, but or have to take a will save for it. But as you come pulling yourself towards it and go through it, it doesn't take much to put two and two together. As both Melvin and Doots from the outside just see as Gygax disappears as he flies towards the creature, vanishing into this what looks to be what you see in front of you, this cone of Tun being slammed on the ground. And the obelisk standing over it. Gygax, as you come through, you notice Tun has fully done a 180. Bandana is off and is like turned towards to look at Doots. It looks like he is raging and getting ready to charge Doots. As you kind of grab onto the creature, it does not seem to even notice you. Other than the stab that you do that causes a slight screech out in pain. Otherwise, it doesn't seem to turn back.
Psionically, I'm going to yell at Tun Melvin, and Dooch. Hitting each other.
Can you not yell so your mic doesn't cut out?
Yeah.
Stop fighting each other. Is what I hear.
As you shout this, Melvin and Dooch, you hear this? Tun, nothing comes through your head. Alright. Gygax.
Well, we need to do a grapple check.
Yeah, you're gonna do a grapple check against it? For it? Yep.
If I want to hold on.
Oh yeah. Let me go ahead. So let's do grapple. Oh, I don't. Okay, well I might roll like shit. I got a 32. Holy shit!
Wow.
Gygax pulling it out of left field. I have a plus 28 in this. Ow! This.
I have a plus 16.
This true. Yes, Verdir is the grappling champion and refuses to let anyone take this title from him, even when they're bigger. Gygax wraps his pseudopod onto the creature, holding on as it bucks him about. And barely managing to keep hold. You can feel it, Gygax. This creature's gonna keep fighting and resisting you as you finally make your presence known. All right. That end your turn, Gygax.
That's it for me.
I still can't believe you beat a plus 28. That is simple. Melvin.
Become the bull riding.
Right. Melvin, you said you wanted to hold your action. Did you still want to use that action, or do you want to keep your initiative?
How does it work? Out of curiosity, if somebody's already grappling somebody.
If you try to grapple them as well?
Yeah.
So the DC is lower. Oh no, actually, I think it's an auto fail technically, because you can't succeed when with strength checks and while you're grappled against someone else. I think it acts the same way as like prone does. It's the same with dex saves. You can or reflex saves rather. So in theory, the only thing the creature can do is basically grapple you back. It just can't resist.
Okay. So
you would roll against its grapple at that point, just so you know, because it's going to auto go against you as part of one of its abilities.
Okay. Well, I can't get.
I'm curious what you've got planned, Melvin. Is there a spell you've come up with that you've concocted that I don't know with?
No.
Neff give you some ideas?
I can't grapple it, so.
Oh, okay.
That thought's out of the...
No, you can. It can't resist, is what I'm saying.
Well, you were saying I had to roll against it, though.
Yes, because it's going to grapple you back. One of the abilities this creature has, it does have basically anytime it's grappled, it has a chance to grapple you back. That's why it rolled up against Gygax as well. So.
Okay. Well, I will fly over. It's just 25 feet away from me, right?
Correct.
Okay. Okay, so for now, I'm going to fly over to Gygax.
Okay. As you fly into the illusionary wall that is now no longer really doing its job.
I'm going to cast Obscuring Mist.
It's funny, I have the same spell. Alright, interesting. Okay, I'm just double checking if this does anything against me. Alright. As the mist starts kind of expanding around you and the creature, it looks like you are. It puts you into your concealment. You giving Doots, I believe, a total concealment because that'll make it a 50% chance the creature can miss when attacking him. as you cover the little area in mist. I will mention this also puts everyone else at a 50% miss chance against Dutes while in this 5-foot square.
Alright, and
Or
that
20
is my
foot
turn.
square. Okay. All right. As the mist expands around 20-foot square, my apologies, I just noticed that. Melvin kind of finishing or kind of waiting and looking down at the creature. The light mist seems to almost cool it for a moment as you end your turn. Heading up to the top of the initiative, Neff. Still in the safe. You can hear clear sounds of battle happening outside as the music kind of stopped and then suddenly picked back up. The little raven returning to you with the sounds of the music just playing as Dutes had accidentally sang into the thing. Not meaning to, but the thing seems to repeat the lyrics back to you.
So shockingly, the only item I have that could help in this situation would kill me, the entire Monday party, the aboleth, and everyone else in this castle. So I'm just hanging out.
So you're gonna do it. You're gonna use it, right?
No.
Okay.
I like breathing.
Damn.
Contrary to popular belief, Jason doesn't want to kill the party.
Well, contrary to belief, I don't want to kill myself.
Yeah, that's also true.
He doesn't give a shit.
He doesn't give a shit about us.
Damn.
But yeah, I can't do anything in here without getting myself killed.
Alright, as you end your turn, Ultimus kind of walks back over to, now having dug through the fish, digging through the pockets of the noble, opens the vent back up and seems to cast something that turns them into a dark, shadowy mist as they turn into a bat and fly back into the vent. Okay, and then they're going to do that, and that'll end their turn. Dutes, you are up. Music's playing. The illusionary wall, though not as doing its job as much now, though you still can't see past it. You can now clearly tell it's an illusionary wall. You've seen 2 of your party members disappear into it. But yeah, what are you doing?
I bought 10 of these for a reason.
Oh?
I'm drinking one of the specialty ales.
Oh! I'm excited. Give me a second, I need to get the book.
If anyone else would like to join in my potentially absolutely terrible idea, come on over. I'll throw it in your mouth. Tauntaun, I would prefer if you were not raging if you did it.
Bro, I don't know if you want me anywhere near you right now.
Yeah, I might just hurl it towards you. Yeah, I'm gonna throw it at you if I can.
I don't think you want to be giving me power boosts either, dog.
See, it's really simple. I just don't look like myself. That's it.
Okay.
No, I'm not gonna do it.
No, you know what? By all means, bro. Hand it over.
No.
I'm hungry.
Yeah, Gygax is hungry too, but you can't see me, so yeah.
Well, right now, or technically by now, would be the start of the lyrics, so I apologize for everyone that's gonna start hearing me sing again.
You actually sound terrible.
Okay.
Go ahead and give me a D100 roll.
Alright.
I found the book.
D100 is going to be 74.
Okay, let me roll something real quick. Dutes suddenly disappears to the rest of you. As Dutes is now invisible for the next 4 hours. Dutes, you are fully invisible. Will save it is a will to see through. The DC is 25.
So this kind of helps.
As the music starts playing.
Here come the lyrics. Give me 1 second to find the tempo.
Take your time. I'm gonna grab water while you sing.
Sing us a song, you're the loot man.
Answering a PM. All right. I remember trying to talk to you in common. Couldn't even get a look 'cause you were too cool. But now we're older and we're playing by the new rules. We lived and learned.
There you go. As the music starts playing, dude's kind of going up. Give me a perform check.
All right. 35.
You hear as the music continues to echo through the city, the sounds kind of picking up. Unfortunately, this has a minor side effect of passing on Dutze's boost, and saying that now all of you also find yourselves standing as invisible for the next 2 hours.
I do want to state that was a natural 20.
Uh-huh. I looked at your perform bonus. That's what I said.
Okay.
You are all now invisible. Same will save DC with but only for the next 2 hours. That includes Tuntun, who is currently well, you'll find out soon enough.
Huh?
Dutes, does that end your turn?
Yeah, that'll be the end of my turn.
All right,
At least
soon.
Tuntun's stuck in the fog, though.
It's soon enough, Tuntun. Give me
Yup.
a will save at the start of your turn. Let's see if you can manage it. You do not have the +3 anymore.
That's true. All right. Just a quick question before I roll. Is it like a really high save?
It gets higher every time you fail.
Really?
Yep.
Well, that's not good. 21.
Well,
And that's because of what? Don't I get a +1 from Dutes?
that's with the +1, or is that without?
That's without the +1. So 22.
You just barely managed to step out of it, or snap out of it. As you find yourself in this heavy mist, just staring forward towards Dutes. Well, where Dutes was is now invisible.
Shit, where is everyone?
Where'd everybody go?
Is the aboleth even still there? Because everybody's invisible now, right?
The aboleth isn't, but you are. Everyone else is.
God, they all fucking abandoned me. Tuntun's thinking to himself.
As he turns, staring creatures. No, the owl does not seem to have had hit Tuntun in the slightest.
Ugh, my friends, they've all left me behind. Holy shit. All right. Well, I guess I'm gonna keep biting this aboleth. In it to win it, as they always say. So I'm gonna bite it again.
All right. Go ahead and roll your attack. Let's see what you've got as you turn back to bite it, foam in your mouth, still angry, thinking you've been abandoned to fight this creature to the end, refusing to die.
29.
29 hits.
And that would be 12 damage again.
12 damage. Give me a fortitude save.
22.
Tun. Alright. Give me a 1.
I got a +7 to my con.
I know. But you should really...
I'm
You know
pretty
how
well.
you know how we were making fun of Gygax for putting things in his mouth that he shouldn't?
Yeah.
Well, you probably should have taken that advice.
Oh, so the save for this goes up as well as I succeed?
Uh-huh.
And I keep doing it?
Uh-huh.
Alright. That's good to know.
Tun, roll me 1d4 plus 1.
A d4 plus 1. Understandable. Let me pull up a dice roller. right. Let's see here. So you said a D4 plus 1?
Uh-huh.
So that'd be 5?
5. Okay. Tun, the only thing that as you kind of tear off this piece, toss it, spitting it to the ground, avoiding swallowing the bits, is you're not gonna go out the way of the troll ass once more. This creature is slightly
I've learned
foreign
my
to
lesson.
you. Yeah, but that doesn't mean you're afraid to tear at it, rip and tear as you should. You feel your skin is kind of feeling a bit more slimy, as almost it seems like you're sweating this thicker liquid as this goes on. But that's all that seems to happen.
Yeah, Tuntun's gonna not do that anymore. Realizing that this might be a point where he might no longer want to be biting into this thing. However, he's still got another attack left, so he's gonna start attacking with his spear helmet instead.
Okay. And
he's like, yeah, this might be the better option.
I had a quick question. Do you have any natural armor on the Tun?
All my armor is from natural armor.
All right, reduce that by 1.
All right.
As you do this, I forgot to mention that as part of the save earlier. My apologies. All right, but go ahead and make your spear attack as you thrust at it again. Or as you thrust.
That would be 24.
That hits. This creature does not have a high AC.
That'll be 4 damage.
My
spear helmet does dramatically less damage than my mouth.
As you stab forward at the creature with the spear, it kind of goes in, and you feel kind of take purchase. A little bit of blue like slime kind of comes splaying onto you. It's strange as it lands onto you. It almost feels the same as the stuff that's starting to kind of come out of your sides and your pores.
My question is that does the lyrium have any effect on this creature or no?
It does not. Oh, actually, hold up.
Because it is a lyrium helmet.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Because I know in your world, lyrium does some funky things here and there sometimes. I was just questioning
It's a good question, actually. Yeah, you have a point. I'm gonna have it do a fortitude save. No, nothing seems to happen from what you can tell. That was a 2, or 3. Fuck me. Oh, that was a 2. Jesus Christ. As I roll a 17. The creature seems to almost seem unaffected as it does so.
All right, and that would be the end of Tuntun's turn. Invisible got a bad taste in his mouth, and his helmet's dirty.
And he's starting to sweat slime.
It did, hasn't been the first time.
That's true. Melvin, you're up. As you stand up above this mist.
My initiative moved.
Oh, that's correct. My apologies. You did decide to take your turn. I forgot about that. My apologies. Thank you. I've got that written down. All right. With that being mentioned, as the aboleth is up, it's going to go ahead and now seems to turn and ignore Tun. It is going to try and hit Melvin above it. Melvin, you
Don't
still
forget the fog.
Yep, you've got your total concealment, so it has to roll high or low, Melvin.
High.
All right, it hits. Well, it gets a chance to hit, rather, I should say. All right, as it goes to swipe at you with its tentacles. Oh, that is not a 2. That is a 12. Because that was supposed to be 11, plus 11. All right, that barely.
But it is a
hits.
nat 1.
It is a nat 1. That is true. I'll have it roll to confirm to see if it hits itself. Does not. All right. As the creature slashes at you, let's see. 1d6 plus 9. That is 12 points of damage from the first tentacle. And it's going to make its other 3 against you as it connects.
It only will need 1, just so you know.
Oh, okay. So Melvin gets
1 hit point left.
Oh, all right. Well, let's see if it can hit you again. High or low?
High.
Ah, it misses on the second. All right. High or low? Oh,
Low.
that works. All right, last one.
Low.
That's a nat 20, so the last one finally hits you. Well, gets a chance to. And actually, I was wrong. It wasn't plus 11, it was plus 18. My apologies. That is a 35 to hit.
It totally misses.
Okay. As the shot goes wide and then almost corrects itself immediately, you feel as that is a 90. That I think I clicked the wrong man. I cannot hit tonight or type tonight. Plus 9. There we go. As the creature, oh wow, bare minimum damage. As the creature smacks at you, tries effortlessly to smack at you, as the first contact being enough to startle you to dodge and dive out of the way. As you finally manage to avoid the creature's 3 hits, the last one comes swinging in, and as it smacks into you, sends you flying towards the ground. As you feel yourself blacking out, landing out, kind of a few feet behind the aboleth. Both Gygax and oh wait, hold up. Wait, let me check something. I didn't take into account something. Cause invisibility from hold up. I didn't get a PM from my pocket DM, so alright, hold up. I'm gonna roll something. What did I say the DC was again?
You said it was, I believe, yeah, 25.
25, alright. Because he may not be down. I messed up. I forgot he has to make a will save to be able to see the invisibility. So I'm going to roll that in fairness. Melvin. I negate what I just said, and I apologize for the viewers. I didn't notice that. Melvin, you are not down as the hits go past. The creature does not see you. As it swings, like where it assumes you are in the air, kind of throwing its tentacles about, you manage to avoid it completely. Make sure you're paying attention, gentlemen, when I comment on that, because if I had forgotten that, you would have had Melvin dead. Alright, ending the aboleth's turn. The noble is up, going to make his his fortitude save. Still failing, is still unconscious. Gygax, you are up.
His body is 20 feet long, correct?
Oh, as you are now wrapped around him, you realize it's more like 30, but yep.
Okay. Where on his body am I grappled? Head, mid, or tail?
I would have assumed from the angle you were at, you would be at the tail, or closer to the orb of the creature, so about probably the back 5 foot end.
Alright, is he up in the air?
Off the ground by 5 feet. He's slightly floating.
Okay. Then I'm gonna basically, is he in a straight line or is he slightly curved?
Slightly curved in on himself as he's kind of jumbled up, looking up at where Melvin was.
Good. Because I'm gonna do another pseudo slam towards his head, or actually. To the 30 feet I'm at the tail. I'm going to be doing a pseudo slam to the middle of his body now.
Alright. I will say the orb on his back does glow a bit. And then other than him, that's the only thing that kind of sticks out. Are you just from Gygax's perspective?
So since I'm invisible,
Yes.
does that mean I can also do a sneak attack again?
Correct.
Because he can't see me. Okay.
Yep. Your sneak attack continues to carry over, but due to when you make an attack with your with invisibility, I believe it breaks. Let me confirm that because I just had it pulled up. But yeah, go ahead and roll your attack for your sneak attack and everything. Is there a recipient of the creature again? It looks like it's 11 oh no, is that a nat 1? At least not 2 in a row, thankfully. Okay. As you go to attack, I'm just seeing, I don't think, it doesn't say anything. Chaston, can you double check me while you're in the background to make sure I'm not reading this wrong? But I don't think invisibility has anything about it breaking once you hit someone.
Let's see.
So let me know what you find. But with as Gygax goes in to attack the creature, shooting his pseudopod, the invisibility kind of throwing off his aim as he's not able to tell fully where the pseudopod is as it goes kind of wide, managing to bounce off rather than actually hit the creature and stab in as you kind of stare at the creature
It
crumbled
says
up.
word for word, the spell ends if the subject attacks any creature.
Okay. Your invisibility now, does it say successful attack or does it say?
Just says attack.
Okay. Your invisibility does drop, but the creature, thus losing you a ton. That would mean your invisibility has dropped
Yeah.
as well for your notes. As as Gygax, as you fail the attack, your invisibility drops. Though the creature still seems to be focusing up where Gygax or where Melvin was.
Okay, so basically I could get a sneak attack because I would be flanking him then.
You are
now I'm
flanking him now.
dropping-
Yeah.
Yeah, but because now I would drop to the ground, 5 feet. Ooh. So I'm gonna do another pseudo slam attack.
All right. You are flanking, so you get the bonus from that, which is a +2. Man, the dice hate you this game, man.
After the first attack, yeah.
Yeah, the spiders were your glory days, and this apple is not. Gygax is just amazed by a creature so foreign to him, really. It's just kind of taken him a minute to get accustomed to this situation. But as
Is this also a mimic because it has pseudopods as well?
yeah, right. As you once again try to slash at the creature, barely managing to miss as it seems to move about in this snake-like figure. The heavy slime across its body not making it any more easy as you kind of keep trying. Although your grapple is still held. The creature has not decided to resist. Oh, did you? Oh, you broke grapple. Oh, sorry.
Because when I do change,
Yep, that's right.
With the pseudopod, I'm letting go of everything else.
You let him go. Okay,
so
fair
my
enough.
grapple let go.
Fair enough.
I'm on the ground now, so after I missed the second time, shit, I ton.
As you fall on the ground saying dun dun, now kind of sweating a thick liquid, his body kind of getting this almost translucent like appearance to it. All right. As you drop to the ground, the creature seems to still be focusing up where Melvin was. But Melvin, it is your turn. The creature seems to have been throwing its tentacles up towards you every chance it can, though easily managing to avoid the creature as it doesn't seem to have a clear understanding where you are.
Well, Gygax letting go really threw a wrench in my plan. I would like to move around to the backside of this thing.
Okay.
Quietly, obviously, so that it still thinks I'm over where it thinks I'm at.
Yeah, as you float around the 10 feet around to its back end, the creature's kind of balled up, looking straight up. It doesn't seem to notice you at all move.
And then can I study the thing on its back, see if I can figure out what it is?
Yeah, I'll take Knowledge Arcana, or in this case specifically, the Dungeoneer.
I'm gonna go with Arcana this time.
Okay.
I rolled a 15.
15. As you look at this orb, it's it's magical, and as you kind of take a second to look at it, it seems to be an orb of enchantment. The spell on it that seems to continue to glow and almost pulse out continues to be something like similar to Dominate Monster from what you can tell. But you're not sure how many charges it has left or what exactly it's casting towards.
Gotcha. And can I tell, like, is it attached just to the surface or skin?
The creature, it looks like its spine has been kind of slightly the flesh around its spine has been slightly cut into, and this thing seems to be kind of shoved in. It looks like the flesh has grafted around to it, grabbing hold of it and holding it in place. It definitely looks like someone specifically put it there and then tried to keep it stable as part of the monster.
Okay. I'll spend my whole turn trying to figure this thing out if I have to.
That's fair.
Does it look like there's a way I could turn it off or disable it? Or...
You can try to use magic device. You can give me a skill check. That'll be your second skill check, thus being the end of your turn. But you can try to see if that'll turn it off.
Do I have? I actually have disabled device.
Oh wait,
That's a
that's right.
different thing.
Nope, that is something. Sorry, I forgot that was a check. Yeah. Go ahead. It's normally for traps, but in this case, it works actually pretty well for it. So go ahead and give me that for the roll.
Okay. That one sucked. That's an 11.
As you kind of using your tentacles get closer to the object, kind of moving them about to feel the object, getting a sense of it, you start to try and redraw the rune on it. Though as your tentacles get close and start to kind of infuse your magic into the item itself to change the design, it seems to slightly zap you, forcing your tentacle kind of to retract slightly away from it. Thus ending your turn as you stand at the back of it. That's not an attack, so you are still invisible for one more round.
Okay, cool. But that was my
that's the
movement in action.
Yep. Alright. Back up to the top. Neff, I know you have grand plans in this vault. Music's still going on. You can feel the enchanting sounds of it, as well as the occasional cursing coming from the vent in Ultimus's voice. What would you like to do?
I play an instrument. Did I pick an... I don't think I play an instrument. I have performed sing.
You gonna sing along to the same song
I'm
as...
gonna sing along.
Alright, give me a perform sing roll. Let's see what you got.
Alright, I'll send you the lyrics.
I'm not gonna physically sing along.
No, he's singing along with the crowd.
Join me, brother.
No.
Okay.
23.
23. As you start to kind of sing along in parallel, with the song or with the music, it seems to echo throughout the entire castle as the rest of the party kind of hears this lovely singing kind of coming from all around you as the vents, heavy copper vents are filled with the sounds of music.
The hills, the walls are alive with the sound of music.
Ultimus is going to get up there and is going to roll for their magic device. The only stat that they have an actual dump stat for. Okay. They have 3 skills I've set them with for high stats. Alright. Okay, then as suddenly you see in the distance Doots well, actually, I imagine the rest of you are inside the mirror image, or the illusionary wall, rather. So, dudes, as you look about, you see a very clearly obvious large bat-like figure kind of come out of one of the large vents in the top of the, or towards the ceiling of the first floor. As they kind of come flying out, you see as they transform into this shadow-like blob as they land, and you see Ultimus in their rat-like anthrope form. Look at you and kind of give you a thumbs up as they turn and start running out of the castle.
All right.
That ends their turn. However, their familiar is going to use their bonus, and they are going to use... Let me double check. Okay. Because you... As you see a small little bat kind of flies over towards the wall, or towards the doorway. You watch as the doorway seems to almost reappear, as if it was always there. Closing you lot in as you hear the sound of the door kind of shutting and snapping and as locks kind of click together. Thus ending Ultimus's turn. Doots, as you look back, seeing this door kind of come back onto the hinges, pulling off of the stone wall and pulling itself together and closing itself. A large stick from the inside, or large, almost like tree-like trunk, kind of now suddenly setting itself into the door to hold it from to be braced from the outside, blocking the way of opening this door at all easily. What are you wanting to do?
Do I Can I try to get a feel for how long exactly we have before this castle comes down?
I don't have we'll call this. Let's just call this a wisdom. It's common sense is wisdom. We'll call this just a wisdom check. Let's.
I just want to. Okay. So, where's the wisdom check, please?
It's just a d20 plus your wisdom modifier.
Okay.
Same as in 5e, man. Didn't change anything for that.
Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, you're good. No worries. Fully understandable.
$14.
14. You don't know a lot about explosives. You really don't know a lot about what it takes to bring down a castle. What you do know is when someone runs like a coward, that's typically a good sign that you should be running like a coward as well.
All right. So I'm gonna, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna say we're at a 13. This thing can speak in the mind, so I don't want to do that. So I'm gonna scream.
You're just gonna scream loudly?
Get the fuck out!
Alright, as you scream this out loud to the party, the rest of you manage to hear this pretty clearly as it comes through in between lyrics. Are you stopping the song at this point?
No, I'm keeping the song going.
Okay. Yeah, as
I'm going. I will be moving though. Towards the hole.
You know that. So that's. You walked in about 10 feet, so that's about 50 feet in front of you.
Is there a window that's closer that I could jump through?
There's no window on the first floor. There's a vault that you know is somewhere on the floor that you could probably try and run for.
But the vault, I believe, considering that Neff hasn't come out at this point, is locked.
Well, you have a
hear
hole.
my voice coming out of
The copper pipes, yeah. And to your right, so from your perspective, to your right, you see a hallway that seems to disappear somewhere that you haven't gone down. To your left, there seems to be another grander hallway that has 2 sets of adamantine armor kind of just standing in armor, just being posed. Armor stands, there we go. And then in front of you, of course, is the Aboleth in your party. Although the illusionary wall, by the way, the concentration has not failed, so it still looks like Tun is just kind of on the ground being like slammed by a tentacle from the Aboleth. Though inside the little Thunderdome, something completely different is happening. And then beyond that, of course, you see the hole. But you're pretty sure this Aboleth, how it moved, it could easily get to either side of this room just as quickly.
Alright, I'm gonna make my way to where I believe the vault is, and I'm gonna go left.
Alright, as you turn down the hallway left, what's your movement speed?
My movement speed is 30 walking, 60 running.
As you start running down the hall, you see the large, as you come to the corner, you see the large iron dome or doorway that looks to be completely slammed shut. It has what looks to be 2 large, handles kind of off to either side that almost act like a giant wheel. The door looks to be just shut. There's no obvious obstacles. There's no collapsed building parts in front of it. To either side, you see building or rooms that look to be. One looks to be, as you kind of crack the door open, seems to be just a small meeting room that has a simple table and some chairs set around it. And the one to the left looks to be what was probably a small temple of sorts. The statue inside of some god that is too crushed to recognize at this point.
As I try to, or I will try to open the door.
Okay. Give me a strength check.
Yep. And I will psionically link to Melvin.
Okay.
Or to Gygax, sorry.
Well, you can link to Melvin to the distance. Gygax is the one who can't talk.
So I'll link to Melvin. Get to the hole. Tell the party to either go through the hole or make their way to the left room. It's a 14 strength.
Alright. As you start to turn the wheel, You can't putting your back into it as you're saying this in your head. You feel that the wheel just slightly budges, but then seems to almost push back to the place it was at. As you try to turn it, nothing seems to happen. On the inside, Nep, you notice that the pieces of sword that had broken off from the noble that's currently unconscious, who had tried to jam the sword in to break the vault open as an ingenious method, kind of starts to creak and crack as the vault door seems to not be able to turn as it normally would. Realizing it's easy, it could have been unlocked from the outside, but due to this, it doesn't look to be currently able to be pulled out.
That must be the Aboleth trying to come in. I ready my sword.
Alright.
Ah, yes. The Aboleth is turning the doorknob.
It has tentacles and it wants to kill me.
As Dutz continues to struggle with the door, saying this, though, we jump over to Tun Tun. Tun Tun,
So
what would you like to do?
the plan is to what? Go over to where Doots is?
You saw. You didn't even see Dutz because Dutz was behind you. You are still staring up at this aboleth, and Melvin has not said anything. Neither has Gygax. This creature is.
Can I say anything before my turn?
You know what? I'll let you pass it on. I think that's fair if you want to.
Yeah. I'd excuse me. I'd definitely connect to Tun Tun and be like, go find Dudes in the room on the left.
Alright, I'm gonna flip a coin to see if Tun Tun knows his rights from his lefts.
Good.
Tun Tun stands on his hind legs, holds up his hands, and starts looking at him.
Alright, heads is I know what my rights and lefts are, tails is I don't. Whoop, there it goes. Tails. Okay, so I go to the right.
Oh boy.
As you start turning, and Melvin kind of, I imagine, corrects you.
Wait. I just want to ask: is
No,
it his
your other
right
left.
or my right?
Yeah.
Because his back is to the aboleth, so technically my left is his right.
No, it wasn't.
I'm psionically linked, so I
Okay.
yell across the room in
Yeah.
his head.
He's like, no, wrong, go other way. Okay.
As Tun Tun kind of turns and goes, Tun Tun, you're still raging at this point, I will say. So you are still in your fuming anger, raging induced state. So keep that in mind. Are you gonna go after Dutz with this in mind? Do you feel that Tun Tun has enough mental capacity to understand he needs to protect when he's going into a rage, or do you think he'd continue to attack?
So although, like, Tun Tun, as per the rules of the barbarian, isn't able to use, like, abilities that relate to, like, intelligence, except for, like, I think a couple, maybe.
For the barbarian
But
skills, yeah.
he is still, he's going to more use his rage to protect Dutz instead of a full frontal assault, potentially leaving Dutz exposed. So he will move towards Dutz to then kind of provide a barrier between Dutz and the aboleth.
Okay. Kind of with that mentality, you go to right where the doorway is, just so that way this creature even moves a few feet towards you, you'd have a chance to bite at it, but still blocking this the hallway down towards where Dutz is, where you can see kind of looking beyond the corner. He's kind of struggling with something with all of his strength.
Mm-hmm. And that's just going to be it for Tun Tun. He's just going to hold fast, hunker down, and get ready.
Okay. Holding his action if the creature attacks, but, alright. As we go to the next turn, the aboleth is going to turn around and seeing Gygax is the only creature about, is going to make an attack. As it doesn't see anything else it can bite, or rather, smack. Now, if my expectations are correct, because of the fact that Gygax has rolled terribly, I'm gonna roll amazing. That's a 31. Does that hit Gygax, I assume?
You do realize I'm underneath it in the middle of its body, right?
Yes. But you're also the only thing this creature could be able to actually look about and find as it's looking around for it. As Melvin's still invisible, and Tun Tun just ran away, and it knows you were on its back.
You sure it doesn't want to pick another target?
No. I think it's gonna kind of turn and seeing you as the immediate threat as it looks at Tun kind of standing over there is gonna try and bite you or smack you around next.
You sure you want to risk failing?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Well, this is just an attack. This isn't a grapple.
Dang it.
Uh-huh.
Fuck.
Shit.
Alright, don't worry, it's only a d6. However, I do need a fortitude save, as you take 14 bludgeoning damage from the creature for the first one. It's got 3 more attacks.
Do I have to do a fortitude save?
Yes, you do have to do a fortitude save every time it succeeds on hitting you. Or if you fail. Don't worry, I know Gygax is amazing. See, you're fine for the first one. Alright, well, let's keep going as this creature gets 3 more attacks. That's a 28 to hit.
These are some awkward attacks it's creating if I'm underneath it halfway.
If you want to see what the aboleth actually, what the version,
I have the
this
monster
one,
manual. I looked at it.
Dude,
yeah,
it swings
it's
like
got
one
tentacles all over its body to swing with. Yeah,
Yeah, like
it's like
catfish or
it looks like a catfish and a sturgeon mixed together, but this one's also a caster for your own note, as you've kind of already caught on to.
Yeah, that hits.
Yeah, that hits. Okay. Alright. Roll 1d6 plus 9. 10 damage, minimum damage, as I rolled net 1. And I need another fortitude save, please. This time DC 20. Alright. Gygax, you begin to sweat clear liquid, as, this continues.
Nitroglycerin?
No, go ahead and roll a d4 plus 1. Okay. Alright, keep that 2 in mind, please. That was the third attack from the creature, I believe. Yep, so one more. That is a 22 to hit, Gygax.
Miss.
Gygax starting to sweat a little bit. This natural clear liquid kind of coming out of its pores, throwing him off, makes him kind of more aware that this creature might actually be more dangerous than it gives on, and managing to dodge more from the creature as it's more concerned of what it's trying to do.
That was only 3.
Okay, that's fair.
If you look at your roll things, you did a 31, then you got the 28, then you got the 22.
The pocket DM is not on your side tonight, boys. You should have bribed him with something. Well, I rolled a nat 1. Well, oh no. Oh, he might be on. Let's see. Oh. As I assume a 19 does not hit Gygax, if a 22 doesn't. So, as the tentacle goes flying past you, Gygax kind of getting in the rhythm of the creature, like a boxer in the ring, kind of bouncing around now, easily dodging from foot to foot. Well, many feet to many feet, rather, as you manage to dodge the tentacles coming at you. The creature ending its turn. The noble is up with a -4 to his... Oh, we're getting closer to that 10 for when he'll wake up. Alright, still unconscious, Gygax.
Gygax, get to the hole!
But I want to fight him.
No!
This invisible voice, seemingly coming from nowhere, shouting at you.
All right, brother, I'll run to the hole, like you say. I'm going to run to the tiny hole in the back and jump through the hole in the back.
Okay.
Jumping through the back hole.
Alright, as you turn and run, it's going to get an opportunity attack, but it can only hit you with one of its tentacles. Plus 18. That is a 30 set. Holy shit, I almost crit.
Miss.
Crit? Fuck! Damn, no! Alright, let's see. As it swings, thankfully you don't have to make the fortitude save, and now...
Oh, I don't?
Nope, because you already failed.
Wait.
11.
What was a miss? Wait, hold on. I didn't hear that again.
No,
was a joke.
It was a joke, don't worry.
Okay. I was like, hold on a second.
Gygax, you take 11 points of bludgeoning damage as you're kind of slapped and kind of thrown towards the hole by this tentacle as you retreat.
All right, well, I keep going.
All right, and shimmying through the hole with your movement speed, you easily manage to make it out at the back of the castle, kind of waiting there. All right, ending your turn, I assume, with your movement. Melvin.
Running. Since that was me running,
Yes.
that was actually just my movement once.
That's true. Is there anything else you want to do, Gygax?
Yes, there is. Let me scroll my page.
Do I have
How
something?
did you know?
Do you have a slug? Something you want to throw at the creature? Magic
No,
missiles.
there's something I want to throw at him.
It's called a 500
After I
kg
drink-
bomb.
No. After I drink my moderate cure wounds potion, I'm throwing the empty bottle at him.
All right, you know what? Go ahead and give me as if it was an unarmed attack. Let's see if the vial hit. Gygax in frustration throwing an empty vial at the poor creature. 18. While the vial manages to kind of bounce off the creature, not really doing any damage, just kind of lands on the ground, cracking at it. You manage to hit it, though the creature is unfazed and undamaged.
And what do I need to roll for the moderate cure?
Moderate is, I think, 2d8. Let me double check my potions and oils.
Do I need to roll it, or do I just get 2d8 period?
You wish. You roll. Let me make sure that I'm.
Assuming I got hit for 30.
That's
5 points of damage. Yeah, I don't want to roll.
for the ones you guys bought in my here are my notes. It's 2d8 plus 10. Why do I have this in my notes? These are special. Where did you guys get these?
Get what?
The cure moderate wounds potions.
Ooh, I got
Oh,
21 points
we
back.
bought them from Neff before we left.
That's why. Okay.
Oh yeah.
That's why. All right. He has a higher. He has a better cleric in his thing. Yeah. Okay. 21 points. Drinking it, you feel better though, and as the bottle hits, you feel even better, even if it doesn't crack and shatter on the creature's face.
Your mother was a goldfish.
The creature seems to glare at you with fury.
And your father was a hamster.
You can feel psionically that this creature has been insulted and has swearing a blood oath against your entire bloodline.
I'm the last of my bloodline, so it doesn't matter.
Melvin, as you see Gygax retreat and then throw an empty potion vial at the creature, and then insulting it, getting its attention towards the hole. It still hasn't noticed you as you float behind, or as you're floating behind it. What do you want to do?
Well, now that it's just staring at the hole, how far am I from the door?
About 35 feet in total.
Okay. I will move the full running, or I guess fast flying, 40 feet.
Okay. Yeah, as you fly over to the
out around
door.
the corner.
As you get to the door, expecting this to be an illusion, you smack into a solid piece of wood. The door seems to be actually there and solid.
Interesting.
Brother, where are you?
I did say that Ultimus did something, and the door suddenly reappeared back. So as it was repairing itself, that's why Dutes didn't suddenly turn and run out. Yeah, that's why he went for the vault.
Oh, I thought that's where I was heading.
Oh, you're heading to the vault. Oh, I thought you were heading to the door, the front entrance of the castle. My apologies. Okay,
Yeah, down
I
to the
got you.
left.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Disregard what I just said. Okay, as you kind of head to the side, kind of floating past Tun, kind of curving around the hallway, you see as Melvin, Dutes is standing there, kind of still working with the door, trying to pull and turn it, though struggling quite a bit. All right.
I'll use double movement, so that's my turn.
Okay. Alright. As you end your turn up at the top, Neff, you are up.
So my bags of holding are full, right? And I have the the main mission item.
Yep.
Cool. I pull out a scroll. I walk over to this unconscious nobleman because I can probably sell him, and I teleport away with my scroll.
As you staring at the door and realize, kind of with your blade handy, realizing that the aboleth could finally break free, and though the scroll is expensive, it honestly would have been way more worth it in a different pinch. You don't really have a chance to gamble with this, and you know the Cryptic Cabal wouldn't be dumb enough to fight this creature in a prolonged battle if even you were not willing to fight it.
No, they would have hit and run like I would.
Yeah.
That'd be smart.
So as you sadly,
everyone knows aboleths only have like a 10-foot movement speed if they're out in the water.
yeah, and they have almost 400 plus health when they're capable casters.
Yeah, everyone knows this, of course.
Everyone knows this.
And
This is
Yeah, the 2-year-old turtle knows this. The guy not from the.
Let me re-sentence. Everyone knows a fish doesn't move fast on land.
You kind of shed a small tear at the fact of the cost of this dimension door spell that you just had to use. You pick up the nobleman and kind of walk through. As you appear on the outside of the walls, outside of the castle, you see the backside of a chest with a bunch of feet, and it doesn't take you much to realize that that's Gygax kind of sticking into the hole as he's kind of staring at the creature menacingly.
I'm not fighting that thing. I'm walking away.
As you hear him yell, "Your mother's a goldfish, your father's a hamster."
Yeah.
Gygax just from behind him. All right, bye, Gygax. As he'll just see me walking away with this guy over my shoulder.
What?
As you turn out, seeing Neff walk away, kind of quickly climbing over the walls and disappearing into the darkness. Ultimus is gone. Dutes, you give me a listen check.
Okay.
To see if you hear the door on the other side, or the dimension door suddenly open as the spell is noted to make a sound. So
I doubt it, because I got a 13.
This much thick metal in between you and the inside. Yeah, you continuing to struggle with the loud yelling coming from inside the castle where the aboleth was. It's too noisy as you go to start kind of messing with the thing. All right, what do you want to do? You're standing at the door with your ear against it, hand still on the handles. Are you gonna try and open it, or?
I'm going to make an attempt to open it, yeah.
All right, give me another strength check. Ton
I'm going to go. I'm going to do it again, because that was a 5.
Several just watching dudes trying to open a big heavy bolt.
Yeah. Imagine from Melvin's POV, he sees dudes struggling, letting to no end,
Just jiggling the fucking handle. Just come on.
saying that that this is not only a safe, but this is also certainly a magical safe that would. It's designed to be difficult to open for any creatures that are small.
Caleb could have gone through the hole. He had a 120-foot sprint. He could have just left.
But he's trying to save you, man. He's doing his job. He's being a good mercenary. Give him.
I was safe in the vault. I just didn't want to risk it.
Go ahead and roll me another strength check. Dudes, don't tell me you got worse than a 5.
I'm getting drunk. I'm calling out of work.
No, do not do that. Hold up.
I got a 3.
Oh my lord.
This dude tries in vain to pull the thing even more. The door seems to almost lock itself slightly more to the left as he kind of tries to pull it to the right. Almost in reaction as the thing straighten itself out.
Can I get a free action?
Sure, depends on what you're trying to do.
I'm going to kick the vault door.
You know what, yeah.
And I'm going to turn to the party and say, fuck this vault. Go for the hole. If we can make it, we can be quick.
Yeah, as you kick the vault, kind of angrily with it, it kind of slightly resounds. Give me a base attack, or give me an attack plus your base attack bonus.
Alright. A natural 20.
You watch as the door, the vault door starts to click and opens up after Dudes kind of turns and starts yelling towards Melvin and Tun, revealing inside the empty vault with nothing in there.
The door just opened, didn't it?
As he's facing the party away from the door.
Tuntun's he's gonna turn around and be like, he's just gonna look back. He's not even gonna... He gives a sad look towards Dudes.
Zebril, I imagine, is enjoying the view from his couch in his castle. Best show he's had on cable in a while here.
I did message Wolf. Are you not entertained?
You kick the door, turning away, shouting this towards the party to run for it. The vault opening. Melvin and Tun, as you look over, you can see the vault is completely empty. There's nothing in there as Dude's kind of fish is yelling this and then kind of turning around as he with the realization.
Can I send a psionic message to all of them?
Sure.
I just saw Neff. He's walking away carrying a body.
Alright, we're at.
Dude's irritation. the mission, I imagine, reaching a crescendo here.
Yes, and if you will allow me, I will just strum my guitar a very fast, not repeating note, but just an upbeat note that is meant to typically signify, gotta go, gotta go, gotta go, gotta go, gotta go, gotta go, gotta go.
Sure, but I want to note, the aboleth creature currently can't see you as it's in the illusionary wall. Are you sure you want to alert or kind of draw that much attention to yourself rather than letting Melvin or okay? Because playing that really quickly, 100% I'm down with, but just realize you're making a lot of noise. The creature's gonna be just as likely to turn towards you than the glowing angry turtle.
No, I just want to get out of here. I don't want to be in this castle.
I just want to go home.
As you use your two actions, kind of turning, that ends your turn, Dudes, though. As you made two strength checks against it, Tun, you heard the orders. What are you doing?
Getting the fuck. You know what? So from where I am at this vault to the hole or the doorway, like how in terms of where I am to where the aboleth is, do I have to get through it to go where I need to go?
The aboleth is 20 feet in front of you. You'll have, if you want to get to either area, you will have a 10-foot feet or like range from the creature. I will mention this creature has a long reach. So
obscuring this is still around the creature.
It is. So it still has a 50% chance of hitting you outside of the mist because you'll be in full concealment. However, this creature's been shown to be able to hit up to 15 feet in radius.
Gotcha.
I just want to say, what kind of throne room only has 2 or 3 exits?
An easily defendable one.
What kind of throne room has a hole right behind a chair? You guys should be very happy that you've got an exit instead of a door that's trapping you in here.
I am happy, but damn.
Listen, hey man, I can't fit through that hole anyways. I gotta go through the front door.
Which is currently...
You could try bull rushing the hole.
Yeah, okay. Listen, I don't know where Ultimus set up these freaking, explosives, bro. Last thing I need is to break through a wall and trigger it.
I think it's already been triggered.
Listen, I'm gonna go through that front door and not risk the death of my party mates.
Alright.
So yeah, I'm gonna use as much of my movement as I can to make my way towards that door.
Okay. What's your movement speed?
It is 20.
Even when raging?
My rage does not increase your movement speed.
Wow, I thought it did. My apologies.
No, Barbarian just gets a 10-foot move speed. That's it. That's passive.
Oh, that's right. It's passive. Okay, never mind. Yeah, as you move the 20 feet and then another with the door still another 10 foot in front of you, you move the extra 10 feet, taking up both your actions to get to the door. As you look at it, it's solid. Because you didn't use the full movement, I'll give you a check if you want to take a look at the door or anything, but you do not have a full action for it. Is there any checks or anything you want from the door?
Yeah,
Or around?
how sturdy this fucking door looks.
Alright, give me an appraise check.
Does a unnatural 20 get me anything? It was a 19 plus 1.
This door looks to be reinforced and designed to take on battering rams from the outside. That is, you're on the inside, though.
Yep!
And you can see
Alright.
the hinges of the door.
Fantastic. My 7,500 as is gonna get through this door probably next turn. Hopefully. God, hopefully. I don't want to be in here anymore.
The Aboleth is going to make a roll to see what it's going to hit. Or who it's going to go after. Because it can only see currently, from its position, Tuntun, Melvin, and... well, actually, yeah,
I'm
Tuntun and Melvin.
invisible.
Oh, Melvin. Oh, never mind. Good news, Tuntun. You're evaluating the door. The Aboleth moves the 30 feet towards you.
30 feet! Oh my god!
Taking up its entire turn and all of its movement, both of its actions to get there,
Oh shit!
and ending its turn. The noble is going to try and make a Constitution saving throw still to see if he wakes up in the arms of his captor.
In the arms of the angel?
Storing peacefully. So, honestly, Neff has never had an easier hostage care.
He in fact snuggles into Neff's shoulder.
Yes, yeah. As you two head back to camp. All right. Gygax, you watch as Tuntun is now staring at the door. Now has the Aboleth right on his ass. Though the Aboleth seems to now have his back turned to Melvin and where Doots were. This is, from what you can tell, their perfect chance to escape. Now that the creature's eyes aren't focused on them. What are you doing?
I'm gonna start yelling and screaming and creating as much noise as I can, standing right next to the hole. Not in front of it, but right next to the hole. So I can try and distract the beast that I have not bitten.
I will say, you're distracting it to look in the same direction back towards you, which will let it also suddenly see Doots when he comes around that corner. Doots, who you know is very squishy, although he did take on 2 owlbears.
As far as my mind is going, Doots and Melvin are still invisible.
Okay. Alright. No worries. As you come into the room, kind of shouting and yelling, go ahead and give me a... Let's just call it a perform check for this. To see if the creature turns to look at you.
I do a perform plus intimidation.
I'll take an intimidation check instead.
No, I was thinking both of them together. Because I'm performing to make loud noise, and I'm trying to intimidate to make him somewhat angry at me.
Sure, I'll take it. Yeah, why not?
Okay.
$11, okay. For the perform, I assume, and then for the intimidate. Man, these rolls tonight. As the creature kind of as you yell out, shouting at insults and trying growling at to get its attention, anything to get its attention, the creature seems to kind of, for a moment, look back at you and then focus back on Tuntun as it kind of begins to lick its lips as a thin tongue comes out around a very sharp teeth. Alright. Gygax, did you want to do anything else, or is that it? Because that's about 10 feet of movement max, and then your skill checks. Is there anything else you're trying to do?
How far away is it from me right now?
A total of 55 feet. Or sorry, 45 feet. Given its length.
Screw it. I'm doing a slingshot.
Alright!
With one of my special bullets.
I'll give it to you. Why not? Let's see what you got. All right. As we move on, as Gygax is kind of like pulls out the sling, as the bullet goes flying, clattering off to the side. Though as it seems to slam, Tun kind of seeing the thing fall to the ground, turns and sees suddenly the creature now leering over him. But that's at least a lot getting Tun's attention to realize this creature is right behind him.
Oh, look at that.
But that ends your turn, guys. Man, these dice tonight do not like you.
Nope.
Melvin, you are up.
I would like to use my full 40 feet to get as close to the hole as I can.
Okay.
Or my full
Yeah.
double move.
Yeah,
40
you manage to get to 40 feet right to the hole.
On my way, do I pass the sling bullet?
It's laddered off to about 25 feet to your right. You'd have to go to the right towards the creature, and then you wouldn't have enough movement speed to get near the hole. So it would basically take you to there, and then you'd be, or take you to where the slug has dropped, and then you'd be 5 feet closer by the time you move back. You'd be 5 feet closer to the creature. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, it's distracted by Tun. You said the sling bullet's by Tun, though, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sorry, Gygax. Yeah, I'm just gonna go get as close to the hole as I can.
As you turn and kind of sing the slug, looking at it longingly for a moment, looking back at Gygax and just kind of let a sigh, accepting the fact that you don't want a chance getting close to that creature and it happening to see you. You turn and start flying back towards the hole, which is good because your invisibility just ended. As you get right next to the hole, floating right into to the entrance of it. Yeah, thus ending their turn. Alright. Nef is gone. It is the 5th round. I need a reflex save from the entirety of the party. Because you're all in the castle.
God damn it!
I'm rolling a physical dice because I don't trust world Apple anymore.
I mean, you can
I
try
rolled a
Avray.
20 for a 22.
You can try Avray, but it's killing Gygax out. Net 20 for a 22, okay. That's a success.
I rolled an 18.
That's a fail.
Oh, god damn it.
That's
Every
a
also,
success.
like, regularly fucks Grumpy.
What's up, Nev?
It also regularly fucks Grumpy, fucking Avray.
Oh, yeah, it does. Alright.
Well, at least I'm by the door. If I think I get shot like a rocket.
Dudes, what'd you get? Dudes? Did we lose the dudes?
Dudes.
Maybe his mic fucked up.
Or he's gone silent because he rolled really poorly.
Oh!
Oh no!
Oh!
What happened?
He rolled,
Oh.
look at the picture in chat, he rolled an at 1.
No way!
He rolled
Where
an at 1.
I rolled a nat 20 plus 8, so I got the 28.
So as once
Good
again,
God.
Zebril has to save the entirety of this party, except for Gygax and I had 2 successes. Who was the other one?
Me.
That was Melvin.
Wait,
yeah.
are you telling me both of you got nat 20s on this?
Yeah, Zebril watched his wizard just roll out of the castle.
Yeah, managing to jump out of the dodge out of the hole. Gygax managing to find a sturdy, hefty stone table and kind of kicking out the legs underneath it, angling it so he'd be safe in a position. Manages to easily cover himself. Tun, distracted by the big fucking aboleth right in front of him, about to eat him.
Oh, hey.
The explosion got at this point more of a welcoming thing than anything
Hey,
else.
listen, I'm close to the door. Listen, if anything, I'm getting blasted out of the fucking door like a rocket, and I'm gonna be home free.
Dudes, man, not completely just watching this aboleth with complete fear, and then the explosion causing the frozen deer in a headlights effect immediately seems to freeze as the top of the castle you can hear starts to crumble down as loud explosions start going off. However, thankfully, you have insurance. As Zebril wants to keep you lot alive. Though Zebril finds a moment, the room kind of going quiet. The aboleth not able to be removed due to the creature's abilities. Zebril decides pretty easily it'd be just kinder to let the castle fall in and kill the creature. Kind of causing using a spell, moving the inside the castle that look obviously unsafe to right outside the walls. You are teleported and left in the muddy street at the castle gates. Kind of just all four of you just standing there together as you watch now suddenly. Almost as a blink of an eye, without a second going by, you suddenly find yourselves out there, slightly jarring for a moment as you watch the castle. First one tower, then the next, and then the other two in the back come floating in and crashing down. These screams of the creature within as the castle crumbles in on it. Kind of smear as a few moments go by and the crumbling dust kind of clears. These sounds of the battle in the background start to kind of die down as combat seems to quiet. You lot are left now standing at the gates of a destroyed castle.
I'm gonna... With
Victory, Turtle!
prestidigitation, I am going to boom my voice as loud as possible and scream. Cryptic Cabal has slain an aboleth.
Give me a perform check for it. Then let me double check something real quick.
23.
Give me a second. I have a question for someone. So there we go. As you shout this out, the voice echoing throughout, you hear the shouts in return from the other mercenaries inside the city as the city kind of explodes into more violence, more swords kind of clashing as now you hear the main force of the outside mercenary army coming in. The gates, the front gate exploding out with a loud with an alarm as the gates themselves are set ajar into one of and blown ajar off to their hinges into one of the buildings to the side. The sun kind of just starting to peak in the distance as the full combat, or as the full battle begins for the rest of the city. Though, as Ultimus kind of comes jogging up with a smile on her face, covered in soot and dust, and a little bit of red mist on her shoulder, she looks at you lot and goes, You lot killed the creature, huh?
Of course, with your aid.
Yes. We did it.
She kind of looks at you lot and goes, I'm honestly impressed. Give me a second. She kind of looks at you for a second and then kind of goes,
Whoops, that wasn't supposed to be for you.
Thank you.
Turtle dancing.
I appreciate the dancing turtle. She kind of looks at you and goes, you know that creature had like a wall of force and like, innately, like it was casting. That's what caused Neff to retreat and be partially forced into that vault. I think the creature tried to squish in between the vault door and the wall, but so it's not dead.
I look straight-faced.
Tun starts walking back towards the castle. Job's not done.
Fucking hell, fine. Start strumming my fucking loot. Alright, Gygax needs a bite, and this thing needs to be killed.
I will say, Tun and Gygax, you are also no longer sweating the clear fluid any longer after the as you suddenly appeared at the castle gates.
Huh. Tuntun's got a fresh coat of deodorant on.
Zebul just saved
any-
you from a fate worse than death.
Yeah, truly.
Very appreciative. Does anyone need any healing before we head back into hell?
Why hell?
Ultimus looks at you and goes, "The creature's not there. You know, there's no way it's still in the rubble. If it used a wall of force, it'd be a big. We'd see it. I mean, she looks over at the hefty crumbling of boulders and rocks that have kind of fallen in, jagged yet, but there's no like mound. And given how big this creature is, it'd be pretty clear to see where this bunch of rock would have landed on it."
While you may have a point, I subscribe to the understanding that unless I can confirm a body, it may or may not be dead. And I would like to confirm that it is dead.
Hey, all of you, I'm not touching the thing. Neff said something about a lightning bolt that it cast on him as well. I'm not touching it. And she Altus kind of takes a few steps back and like puts her hands up in the air.
You know what? I mean, that's fair.
Suddenly, Deuce, who saw what happened to Saturday, does not want to go in there, I have a feeling.
I look to the party and I look at poor Gygax. Do you absolutely need to take a bite of that thing right now? Like, can we potentially do it onto another one?
So I'm not allowed to?
My concern is that you won't be alive afterwards. Or we might not live long enough for you to take a bite.
Is this kind of like the situation where I was forced to bite the other guy and then I had to go in front of Neff on court and all that stuff? Is it like that bad?
Yeah.
Okay, I won't bite him.
It might be a lot more pain than it's worth.
Okay, fine.
I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't gonna go with you. I was
Good.
gonna watch from a distance.
Good to know.
Melvin, who had flashes of death every fucking round, looking at this creature.
As I walk back to Doots, dragging two very long pseudopods, looking all depressed and upset.
I look to Ultimus, who is starting to walk away. What is Neff's orders? Is the mission complete? Is it now time to evacuate, or what?
Your job. She looks at you and goes, "Your job was done when the armory was taken, as far as it goes. This was bonus pay for you lot. Well, also, you were the only squad that was available that wasn't being pushed to no end. You should have seen what happened to Bleed. Oh, God. His unit got hit the hardest amongst the streets. But no, as far as it goes, we're to return to camp and let the Minotaurs and the Kobolds do all the hard work. They're going to go through house to house, killing out what's left. And honestly, she looks down at Gygax, seeing the depressed look on his face, and goes, "I don't think the soldiers around here would be worth even eating at this point for you. I think besides the big creature, I think you're better off taking it, going and resting and relaxing. I did pass another group who sold a bunch of bronze and copper armor. If you're interested, I think he's still around here. Goose is buying up a bunch of gear. If you want, he'll buy scavenging rights of the castle from you, so you don't have to chance if that thing kind of pops up suddenly out of nowhere."
All right, let's go and look for this goose.
He should be
I
back.
believe we also have some stuff to sell.
He should be back at camp. He's buying up most of people's scavenge because he woke up late for the battle. One much he could pick up on the field when you don't get any kills. You know what I'm saying? And she kind of smiles. Oh,
So, are you gonna tell people we didn't kill that thing?
I don't get paid to tell people anything.
All right. And once we start to leave, walking through the streets, and be like, "We killed an apparition!"
As you start shouting this going through, you hear some of the mercenaries kind of cheering as Neff's mercenary company kind of falls out down the main street that has been fully secured as like a setting location for the rest of the mercenaries that are starting to flow through and expand their search. As you kind of pass by where the barracks, this large castle was earlier that you had seen in the night, now that the sun is rising, there's no longer no more, though you do see a hefty red cloud of red smoke in the air kind of misting away as you lot kind of walk down the main street heading towards camp. Dude's kind of, I imagine, still playing his music more lightly in the background as you lot walk through the streets to keep up morale.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you lot kind of head to finally get outside the walls to the camp, another group seems to kind of look at you lot as they kind of are talking with Goose for a minute. Two giants who seem to be a little bit more annoyed as they seem to eye up as they look over towards Melvin. Though as they seem to get distracted as a third giant kind of joins them. Though giant is a loose word given their effeminate appearance and rather short height. Though as the three of them seem to turn and walk away, leaving you lot, Goose kind of turns back and looks at you lot and goes, "Well, I see you lot did a great job. I heard you killed an aboleth."
That we did.
I wouldn't happen to be, or you wouldn't be happen to looking to sell the salvage rights to the castle, would you? Neff said he wasn't interested in any salvage rights and said kindly told me to piss off, but other words were used, to be fair.
So I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know if there's much of anything left from what I thought the vault was empty.
And looks at you and goes, "Oh, that's fine. Tell you what, 10,000."
Sonically linked with Tun Tun. Tun Tun, what was that? That was a weird look.
He looks at you, dudes, and goes, "Oh, I'll sell. How about 10,000 gold pieces then for it? I'll let you pick one thing from whatever I grab out as a fair compensation." As he just kind of you see him noting Tun Tun's like sudden glare towards you.
I'll ignore his glare and say sure.
He kind of pulls out about 10,000 gold pieces with his, and then hands it to you and goes, "All right, if I die, well, doesn't matter to you." As he turns and starts walking with this carriage full of bronze and copper weapons, armor, just kind of stacked all up, most of it covered in blood, but he seems to happily walk away with it. Some adamantine kind of scattered about it. But as he heads back into the city, disappearing into the gates, the city kind of still the sounds of battle continuing, though it's starting to die down as the sun kind of now starting to hit around mid-morning at this point after kind of marching through the entirety of it. You lot
walk up to Doots and open up like a chest. You can put the money in here.
I put the money in his mouth.
As you set the money down into his mouth, the coins seem to slightly tingle a little bit as Gygax, you feel your tongue almost immediately begin to numb as the coins
spit it all out.
As you spit it out, the coins kind of clattering onto the ground in front of the party. A couple of the mercenaries from Neff's company kind of eyeing you lot. None of them making a move, but kind of watching to see what happens as the gold coins kind of scatter about the mud.
It's magical. It tingles.
I can't appraise magic that well, but I will give it a try.
I mean, I can try.
Please.
All right, Melvin.
See what sort of spell is on it.
You can give me an appraise or a knowledge arcana. I will take either one, but they will give you different answers.
I rolled an 11 on a knowledge arcana.
A knowledge arcana. As you kind of pick up, or rather use your mage hand to kind of float one of the coins towards you to take a look at it, you see your mage hand kind of turns a slight reddish color as it seems to grab it, though it doesn't seem to change any other reaction as it kind of as it kind of picks it up. The coin though itself, as you notice, it looks like a normal gold or like giant coin. It would be with its I believe sapphire. Yeah, sapphire like coloration around it, as a normal gold coin would have. But as you look into it closer, as you bring it closer, you see little flecks of something red in there. And as you take a second and then think for a moment, remembering what happened to Gygax the last time that he had something with his tongue going numb, you immediately almost drop the coin as you realize this thing has red lyrium in it. A material that, while not familiar with its entire properties, you know enough to know that it's very volatile and explosive when it comes to magic users, and has a similar effect to what is called wild magic.
These are red lyrium covered.
I'm not putting them in my mouth again.
Yeah, I would not suggest it.
Tunton over here looking like the most unmagical person to exist.
Yeah. The brightly... Well, I mean, you are the turtle covered in mithril. I don't know about...
Literally magic metal.
No.
I
What?
say we tell Neff.
All right, I gather the coins. Careful not to have any magic active.
Okay.
I help gather the coins up into the bag.
Yeah, as you put it back in the bag, it's funny, Gygax, as you touch the bag with your pseudopod or your tongue, it doesn't seem to cause a tingling effect. It's only when you seem to touch the coins themselves as you kind of put them in. But as you two kind of finish up collecting them together, Tun, I imagine, kind of at this point, finding where the cooking tent is at this point to go find food, or are you going to stick with the party as they go to talk to Nev?
I'll stick with the party.
Okay. As the four of you kind of head towards the central tent, messengers kind of running in and out. Every time the tent kind of opens up, you see just scenes of Neff kind of giving orders or pointing towards points on the map. The two guards outside kind of looking at you lot until Ultimus comes walking out, and then opens the tent flap to usher you four in. Neff, as you watch as the four of them kind of come in, you've been the last 2 hours pretty much spending time kind of running the entire siege, keeping the other mercenary companies on orders and doing what they're supposed to do, which was not kill the civilians and raid and pillage, which is almost more difficult than honestly taking the city in the first place as you spend the time. But as this party comes in to meet with you, Ultimus kind of ushers them in and then kind of stands off to the side.
Well, the bright side is I can be far less friendly to other mercenaries because my job's over. I'm not their boss anymore. So.
Drew.
I mean, I look at Monday.
So, some individual by the name of Goose gave us some coins infused with red lyrium.
Mm-hmm.
Just wanted to ask if that is normal amongst giants, and potentially update you and notify you of the potential spreading of this.
I doubt it's normal, but what do you want me to roll?
Give me a profession mercenary, because that would be from your perspective how you'd look at it.
Okay. Actually, that was really high.
I hope you do, because
it was a 9, but I have a plus 11.
Lyrium is used by mercenaries. It's considered to your mercenary company it would be considered similar to a cheap drug. Casters will use it in the field to basically as a last resort, typically to suddenly supercharge their spells and expand them out. But they're as explosive and as wild as they are usually capable. The magic comes at a great expense, and it's very dangerous, and sometimes it can be fully fatal to the individual, and almost always actually it is fully fatal. That's blue-colored lyrium. The stuff you see with lesbian flowers or the rocks that you see on occasion. Red lyrium is, the very little research that is known of the world is that this stuff is basically known to be used by dragons of, like, Movasi's capability, and otherwise other creatures try to avoid this stuff for its extreme toxicity and extreme magic volatility. Spells cast around it are known to be almost 10 times as volatile as normal lyrium. Beyond that, there's not much else you'd know about it.
Well, seeing as how the red lyrium is potential to kill a caster for touching it, I'll let you assume if it's normal or not.
Okay.
I wouldn't keep those things.
Am I in danger? I had it in my mouth.
If nothing's happened yet, you're probably fine.
I probably shouldn't even ask this question, but would Ultimus be interested in these coins?
You see Ultimus' eyes go wide with a smile that follows, and nodding up and down excitingly.
Ultimus,
one
give me a
trade.
good reason why I should even let you consider.
Mines. Think of it. I've had a great idea. We climb walls. Fantastic. But you know what the worst thing is when we have people like the Cryptic Cabal who can't get over the walls, and we can't have them climbing with us because then they become a distraction, or they become a problem as they get noticed. Well, what if we give them something like this that basically they just put it on the wall, shoot it with like a firebolt or a minor cantrip, and then boom, you've got a hole you can walk through. It's perfect, it keeps us out of danger, and lets everyone else basically get through without being a problem, and it complements our mercenary company. Now, that's just the first idea. As she starts kind of pulling out a notebook and starts writing down things.
But then somebody like our group would use magic on it and die.
Only if you're dumb. She goes back to writing her notes.
One of Tuntun's eyes starts moving slightly to the left and then realigns.
It's your funeral if
Alright.
you want to make a deal with Ultimus. It's not my problem.
So, I'll pocket, or put, not pocket, but I will put 5 of the coins in a small pouch
Okay.
and put it into my bag.
Okay.
Personally, I don't want these coins on my person, so Ultimus, I do not want this anywhere near us.
She nods and goes, "Oh, I'll just wait till you move on. Neff has already told me we've got marching orders to go somewhere else. This is our last few days together. You guys are going somewhere else from what your benefactor has made clear.
Oh.
Or, well, rather, we're splitting, I figure, so. But I'll offer you, how about 15,000 gold pieces for him?
This isn't going to be infused with lyrium, is it?
Oh no, she goes, this is just coin that was given to me by unless our benefactor, she looks to Neff, is suddenly trying to kill us, which, given the letter Neff's just got, I doubt he's trying to kill us that quickly.
Alright, sure. I hand it over for the 15,000.
She hands you the 15,000 gold and takes it and kind of pockets the coins and then kind of smiles at Neff as she kind of bows and goes, "So I'm gonna go," as she looks down at the bag and then looks back at Neff and goes,
Just go.
"Thank you."
I open my mouth. Dudes,
I
put
put-
1 coin in.
I drop a coin in.
It's normal. Nothing happens.
Okay, they're good. You can give me the rest.
I give him the rest. Well, since this will be our last few days together, thank you for allowing us to follow with you. I will say this has been a very much of a learning experience for us, and I am grateful for the knowledge you have bestowed.
God damn it, Dia.
Is there something on my face?
Well, Ultimus handed you that 15k they paid you was part of your 20k payment. I think Ultimus just ran off with your coins for nothing.
I mean, we weren't gonna keep them anyway, so.
Yeah, just a thought, and I'll hand them the rest of the 5K.
I open my mouth. I'll take that too.
I just maintain eye contact with Neff as I drop it in your mouth.
And I'll hand Dudes the letter.
I'll take the letter.
Dudes, you see on the letter a seal of a what looks to be a wax a mark for a nobleman's ring.
So all I'm hearing right now is that we just got gypped out of 10 grand.
15 grand.
15
Sorry.
grand.
Well, we lost 10 grand nonetheless.
Yes.
Yeah.
By Ultimus. You're welcome to try and find Ultimus, but I doubt you'll be able to.
Sense vibration.
I don't. So my thing is that finding Ultimus might prove a challenge. It's what we'll do after we find Ultimus, and I don't want to deal with that.
They can teleport, like, really easily.
And
Yeah.
and seem to be a battle fanat junkie with explosives.
Honestly, I'm imagining Tun thinking about going over to Zebril and telling him what happened. We just got cheated.
I think he'll be more say that
Follow the mean rat lady!
time stops.
The mean rat lady! She stole from us, she cheated us!
He is not your babysitter. You do have to take care of yourselves. No. He may save you from dying outright, but doesn't mean it's not. This is the 10,000 platinum piece request all over again. You little shits.
You can keep the gold. I just want revenge.
It's not about the money.
It's not about the money, Zebril. It's about sending a message.
You have a father that's gonna do all the work for you.
Listen, hey, whoever messes with the Cabal gets fucked up.
I'm looking in my inventory to see if I have anything that can cleanly cut this without. Oh yeah, I do. I use the Azure Fang dagger I was given to separate the wax from the paper to read the letter.
I bet that really means a kindness towards Gangas as he sees his beloved weapon being used as a letter opener.
Huh, I never thought of that. Cool.
I guess the nice thing is the concept to him is a lot more innocent. It's not a craftsman's art piece in this situation to him. As you pop it open, the letter reads, Dear Cryptic Cabal, or so I've been told this is the name you're going by. I am Greg's Maratom, the leader of what they call the Tan Clan, though this was a misunderstanding. I have been told and informed of your great deeds that you have performed in the past few days, as well as the past few weeks within my city. You have done quite a bit with Neff and his mercenary company, and just like himself, I have chosen to offer you a reward to justify your rank. Though I do recognize that this may upset or irritate your benefactor, so do understand that at the bottom of this letter is a concept or an idea, if you will, that I had come up with. This is elegantly written, by the way, not by in Greg's handwriting by chance. This is written in common, in what clearly looks to be almost a little bit more rigid. It's hard to tell whose, but given the way it speaks, it seems like someone is speaking rather than writing. It continues. The reward you have been given for your successful siege of the castle of adventure's beginning, the successful bouts amongst the city, and the defense against the undead in my own streets, alongside Neff's own mercenary company, and taking the city by surprise with no issues from what I've been told, I offer you the exchange of a city and the right to its taxes, a territory in which you'll be given the position to mine and build within as you will. You will be expected, of course, to pay tax to myself and the nation itself, but you'll be given trading rights at any of our ports, and will be recognized fully as a merchant nation or merchant group under my protection. In exchange for this vassalhood, though, I would have to request that you separate and give up the position of your backing with Zebril. Though I understand, as he's probably reading this over your shoulder through one of your compatriots' own view, that this may not be capable, and thus I have offered something in exchange. If this is beyond the measure, and your backer refuses to allow you to take such, either one of you who would choose to separate and represent you lot, but yet still stay loyal to the crown that I am forming, would be allowed to take up the position and still welcome you lot to have your backer, though the one staying would stay without Parasite involved. Or you can take the exchange of the equivalent goods, in which case, if you turn down everything here, I will send a value of resources and other such items that I can have gained throughout this siege and these many battles that will equivalent to what I would expect to about 10 years of continuous service as vassals. That would include tax to the crown as well as the lands and what you'd be expecting to pull out of the ground from developing it. If you should accept this, please only inform Neff that of which of the three options you would choose: to become my vassal, to choose a representative to become the vassal, or to take the equivalent goods. I thank you all, and I hope that I hear pleasant choices from here. I trust that you can make a wise decision. At the bottom, it's signed Greg's Maratov.
I'll close the letter, having read it out loud to the party.
So, here's what I'm thinking. Just us talking together.
Yep, that's fair. I won't say anything. You're good.
As for Doots and Melvin, I think it would be not good for your health if you were to, if we were all to become vassals of Greg's Marathon. As for the second option, that would really leave it up to me or Gygax. However, Zebril enjoys me as a character, so I don't think he would really care if Gygax became a vassal or not. And by the way, becoming a vassal, if we choose the one, is that going to be a character that has to leave the campaign and come back with a new one, or are they still able to travel with the party?
They can still travel with the party, but if war broke out and the armies were called, they'd be expected to return and lead troops.
Okay. So that would leave at least, if Greg's Markham ever got called to war, Gygax would have to leave, and I mean, hopefully we would go with him just because, he's a party member and we should help our party members out. Or we could just, have the value given to us with nowhere to put it. Honestly, we could just send all of the stuff that we get if we choose the third option to Zebril and just have it in a safe place for us so it's not just lying somewhere. And we still get to be with Zebril. Or, yeah. So that's just how I'm thinking of it. I feel like the first option is kind of out of the question for us personally.
It is.
But and honestly, I feel the second option is really up to you, Gygax, if you want to leave Zebril and become the vassal.
Huh? I don't get it.
Talking as players, not characters.
Okay, so Gygax honestly probably wouldn't really understand or care.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, intelligence is a 10, wisdom is a +1. So.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully we get you some advisors. So, the classic, I run the place, but I have other people who are smarter than me who actually run the place.
I will say, though, Gygax sees Melvin as a brother, and Melvin is with Zebril the way that he is. Yeah. So I'm not sure that he'd want to turn against him.
Fair
to be
enough.
fair, this gives us, at least as the party, another like seat. Not really a seat of power, but another in with other world powers. This is not
DM
a like we. Gygax will have to be loyal to to Greg's Maritom, but you know,
But DM does raise a fair point. It doesn't have to be anyone in the party. We could hire in an NPC and have that one set up as the vassal.
okay.
Now that being said, I will mention you'd have to trust them because if they don't have any loyal obligation, they could fuck you over.
Can we hire Ultimus to do it? All I trust
Dear
is
God,
oh,
fuck
shit,
that.
Oh,
I
that
trust
seal.
most
that.
I promise you, that seal will burn within a day.
I love Gygax's thinking though.
So
Yo,
I just remembered.
give it to Zebril.
So I was gonna say Troll's Bane, but right now Troll's Bane is just a simple toad familiar. Will not be able to, as far as I know, provide any aid to Greg's Marathon.
You could try calling on him.
Yeah, you know what? I will. It's been a while since I've checked in on new Troll's Bane.
No.
The literal just normal code.
As you kind of, as you lot are talking, you see as Dude's kind of in deep contemplation, kind of suddenly says or calls out Trollsbane's true name, and as almost as if on expecting it through the back of Tun, a large, what you expect to be a large and hefty-looking angry toad, comes out a dark-skinned. Almost to like charcoal black with long green hair and very thick leather armor, a hefty cigar sticking out of their mouth. What you realize in front of you looks almost identical to Doots, but with blackened skin and a very angry cigar and sour look on their face.
What the fuck?
And as they come out and they look around, they go. I pull out the cigar out of their mouth and kind of click it a couple times on their finger and go. Dudes!
Troll's Bane.
Oh, fuck. Yeah. Wait, is this holy shit, you grew! On you, Tun, as he kind of pouts Tun's show.
Wait, I've grown?
Yes.
To him, maybe. Who knows? It has been a year.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if my dimensions have changed, that's why, because I know I'm still medium, and I can't really grow too much larger
It has been a
without
year, though.
dipping into large.
Also, realize how long the time difference in the Feywilds is between this creature's time period. Last time this creature saw you could have been hundreds of years ago, basically, from in the Feywilds.
I mean, true, but I haven't changed really that much in size.
It's been hundreds of years.
He looks over at Gygax and goes, "Holy shit! And you're not gonna eat me this time, are you?"
No.
Okay.
As Dude says I can.
Please don't say that he can Doots.
No, this is a friend.
And, why is he looks at Melvin and goes, "Were you always purple?"
Originally, I was a little more kind of an obsidian, so sorta. But
Oh.
I've been going through some changes.
Yeah, puberty hit you like a brick wall and it's ugly.
I mean, I am 13.
I don't know what that means in beholder terms, but alright. Assuming you are a beholder still. Dudes, what do you want? I've been looking for your mother for like... Oh god, I don't even want to imagine how many years it's been in the immortal plane. Yeah, what do you want?
So I wanted to ask if you would be willing to become a vassal representative for Greg's Marathon. I would explain the letter to him and what benefits that would come with.
Okay, as you kind of walk him through, he goes, "So let me get this straight. Y'all just don't want to be in charge and you want free money.
Uh-huh.
And I get my own town to build it however I want as long as you guys consistently get a decent paycheck and I pay this guy. And then I basically go to war if he needs to go to war. I don't have to stop my search. I can still stick going to the Feywilds. I just got to pop in on occasion to make sure they're not doing any dumb shit.
Ton nods.
I mean,
And
we
pick
may
up a buried
request a
treasure
building or
chest.
two in the town, but yeah, pretty much.
It kind
Tuntuna also, upon seeing this guy, can hides the deed to his next space again.
You see him kind of eyeing you, Tun, and goes, a smile, and goes, I'm coming back. I've heard the prices have gone up.
Oh shit!
There's an embassy.
There's an embassy there. That is true.
Yeah. It's prime real estate, especially ever since the queen's been. There's been a new fight for the new queen. Anyways, he looks over at Neff. You're Neff, right?
Yes.
Cool. That letter you're planning to write? Oh, I can read your mind and your intentions. Don't worry about that. And yes, I am a powerful creature. You don't need to question anymore. Right on there that Troll's Bane will accept on behalf of dudes. What are you calling yourself now?
I'm still going by Dutes Conwin.
No, you idiot. You're Party. I assume you idiots came up with a decent name.
Oh, yes. We are now Cryptic Cabal.
Alright, you can spell that, hopefully. Your mother's gonna be so proud when she finds out that you finally managed to create a small mercenary company, and then force her servant to go and serve you. You're really just like her, except for the fact that I would have beaten the living hell out of you compared to her. But beyond that, very similar. He just kind of looks you up and down, a little bit of grouchiness in his eyes, and goes, Alright, you don't need me for anything else, right?
Did want to ask, how's the search going for my mother?
Oh, you don't want the answer to that yet. I've narrowed it down to 3 potential dragons.
I think I might know who the dragon may be. I have to try to remember if I actually know this in character, though. I remembered I do not, so never mind.
Nice, Justin. He looks at you and goes, there's one called Fikvi. Probably familiar with that one. There's some bookworm. I don't know what her name is. I just know she's known as the bookworm. The third one is, the Red Mystic. Last known location was Nolathon Swamplands.
Well, best of luck with the research, or with the search. Hopefully you figure it out soon. I'll try and do what I can on my own.
He nods. And he goes, Alright. Is there anything else you need?
Yes, dudes.
Yes?
Can we have Troll's Bane pick up our buried treasure of armor and sell it for us?
Honestly, we should have told Goose about it.
No, we shouldn't.
That's the thing. I don't know if Trollsbane will be able to find the exact point of location unless y'all know anything besides natural landmarks.
If you guys are just gonna talk to each other, can you just leave the tent?
Neff, who's got like a line of messengers waiting to come in outside.
Okay. Yeah, we'll take this outside. I'm not gonna lie. Part of me was thinking of just like holds up a finger in a minute.
I'll physically throw you if you don't do it.
As you kind of seeing Neff kind of being politely trying to get you to go, but realizing the threat is there, turning and walking out. And messengers start coming running in and out as people are updating Neff, and he's going through paperwork, signing paperwork, and answering questions. As you kind of step outside off to the side, a lot of you kind of gathering together. Troll's Band kind of still sitting on the back of Tun Tun, not yet having moved, and goes, So am I good to, go, or do you need anything?
Yeah. If you can, we did bury some treasure a ways back. If you can find it, feel free to sell it.
Alright. He kind of looks at you and goes, the only thing is I'm gonna need a pact, so, if you want me to do this.
Okay. What are the terms of this pact?
Dude, you're the boss. What do you mean?
He looks at you with confusion and goes, "Oh, I get to decide."
Dude,
Hell no.
oh my god.
Man, your mother you really aren't the chip off your mother's block. You're a lot more like your father. He was so more dainty.
So,
Roseman kind of thinks and goes, "So I want 30 gold pieces a week.
absolutely not.
And I want 12 apples of the finest quality. Oh, and I want 3 singing female toads."
How about we
The
start
best-
with me not removing your brain?
He looks up at you and goes, "I can work with that."
Thank you. No.
I nod at Dudes.
So, in exchange for finding it, we want at least, or let's just do an even 50-50 cut of what you find. This goes for, you know what? Any treasure you happen to find.
Just treasure?
We will be storing treasure every now and then, yeah.
Alright, so I just gotta pay you 50% of treasure. He holds out his hand.
And earnings from the town.
You know, technically, sure. He kind of nods and goes, "Dudes, yeah, I'll make the pact on what you said."
You
I
should
want to-
say what
I do-
Gygax just said.
I was talking to my girlfriend, so I'm gonna need that a repeat. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
And 50% of the earnings from the town.
Yeah. Let's also add that on 50% of the earnings from the town. This includes taxes, trades, and any other sales between merchants.
Fucking bastards. Fine. He nods and goes, "What, you want my firstborn too?"
Actually, Tuntun perched up at that.
He glares at
No.
Tun with
I'm looking happy. Wait, what? I get to eat toads?
I will go back in this hole. I have no obligation to sign on with you here.
No, I do not want your firstborn.
Fucking 50% of everything. Fine. And he like holds out his hand.
I'll take his hand and shake.
You feel the magic kind of surge as the pact is sealed. He is now required to give you 50% of the earnings from the town, no matter what they come in, what form. That means if they make 50% of their profits in onions, you will get 50% in onions, not necessarily gold pieces.
Hey, how I see that's 50 rations right there.
You know, hey, listen, you take it, if you can work with it, it always works out until you get 50 tables, then you have a lot of questions.
50%. This could be thousands of onions.
It could be, depending on. Just store it
You know,
set aside.
That is still a lot of rations. It just sucks we're going to be eating onions for weeks.
It kind of looks.
Listen, we can sell them.
He looks at you guys
That is
and
true.
goes, "Alright, well, I'm gonna have to sign my own paperwork because I think you pissed Neff off. I don't think he wants to work with you a lot anymore. So I'm gonna have to write my own letter back." He goes, "Hand me the letter he gave you."
Hand him the letter.
I was like, "Perfect." He just writes a few things on the back and goes, "Alright, watch this." He pulls out a little piece of grass as he kind of plucks it from the side of Tuntun's shell. Kind of blows on it as he kind of makes it whistle, and the paper starts to bend into an origami swan and flies away towards the east.
All right.
Yes. Alright. Oh, by the way, I don't know if you noticed, but there was hidden words on that. I hope the tiger's smart enough to catch on to that, but I doubt it. Y'all got invited to a feast. For your own, just so you know. It looks like he's throwing one for those who can figure it out within about a week or two. 2 weeks. No, 3 weeks.
Did
Yeah.
it say where this feast is?
It did. It was. I mean, he kind of looks at you and goes, "The guy only has one castle since you kind of destroyed the other one, so I would have figured you would have assumed where it was."
Yeah.
Hey, I like to cover all my bases. He might be holding it outside, might be holding it in an entirely different town. He found it in secrecy. I don't know what Greg Marathon's up to.
I believe you're your father's son. I don't believe you're your mother's son. I really question things. I don't know how you popped out without being conceived by both. But I will find out. Even if I have to ask her again.
So personally, I don't know if you would like to know the story of my contraception.
I was there!
I
Okay.
was there when
I
it was
saw! I watched it
You-
all!
I put my hand on his shoulder. You poor bastard.
Oh, you don't know anything about your mother. You're gonna
No,
wish I hadn't saved her when he kind of climbs down into the hole of Tuntun's back as he says this. The last thing echoing away. You'll learn, though!
Alright. So, I turn to the party. Who's ready for a feast?
Tun is ready.
We're gonna go eat onions.
No.
Oh,
It's gonna be an extravagant feast. I'm gonna need to preference this right now. I need all of y'all to be on your best behavior.
Tun looks at dudes
What's
like he isn't the
behavior?
one I need to be worried about.
So that means no randomly eating people or licking them or gobbling their food. Means no eating their brains. Even if they annoy you.
That's Tun.
Oh, I'm innocent.
I look at Melvin. No eating brains, even if they annoy you.
Are you
That's
sure?
racist.
How is it racist?
Thinking a lithid's gonna eat brains.
It's racist to assume he's an illithid.
Y'all are speciest.
Accurate.
As far as I know, I haven't seen the party eat, but I do know he is attached to, like me, to Zebral. So I know that
Maybe you should point that hatred towards yourself, you illithid bastard.
I don't eat brains. I eat food like a normal
Are you
person.
sure?
Yes. I've never once
I
licked
don't
a
believe
brain.
you.
You've been with me for the longest time. What you mean?
I mean, listen, I was with you for a little bit, and then you became an illithid, and I was like, I don't know, man.
As you are kind of having this conversation between the lot of you, Goose comes kind of jogging up with his now towering wagon of just loot, staves, gems, gold, armor sets of all different colors. Gygax kind of scooping up from the ground, eating some of the rocks like popcorn as he kind of watches this. As Goose kind of comes jogging up with his stuff, he goes, "Alright, I said you got the pick of the best of what you wanted to grab, right? Or whatever I found?
Yes.
I found a lot. But
Each one of us gets to pick one thing.
he looks at you with absolute disgust and goes, I hate you, but fine. He kind of nods and goes, Alright. He kind of pulls down a couple of items and goes, this is the first couple of items I found amongst the lot that were on the cheaper end of carrying capacity, as he kind of takes a second. And goes, but, no, otherwise, there was nothing, kind of goes, there's nothing else of value. Yeah. And I don't have a GP price for that, but that is fine. There we go. As he kind of sits down, a heavy mace, 3 sets of adamantine, a chain shirt, a divine scroll, some hide armor, a wand of bull strength. That he kind of reads this out to you a lot to kind of make sure that you understand these are the most valuable items of the loot he picked up. A staff of enchantment, a staff of evocation, a staff of fire, and a wand of wall of fire. And goes, I don't know, none of these items don't seem to have any more charges than what's left in them. They're not in the greatest shape, but after whatever you did to bring that castle down, I tell you, I'm surprised I managed to find this. But, with that in mind, What do you? I lost my Aussie accent completely here. What do you want to take? This is what I found. That's not gold or gems.
Uh. Hmm.
Goose kind of looks at you lot and goes, "All right, listen. I understand. It's all shiny. It's beautiful.
It is
I've
very.
got a lot of work to do here. I have more loot waiting for me. This is one of 4 wagons I'm moving around. Can you pick it up?" I mean, listen.
Tun will grab the small heavy mace because he likes the look of it.
All right, as you pick it up and kind of pull it, grab it with your mouth and pulling back, he goes, "Of course, the one that's worth 32,000 gold pieces. Yep. Why not just rob me blind, huh?"
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys
I'm
should definitely not be taking the Staff of Enchantment or the Staff of Evocation either.
I mean, I was gonna go for the wand of fire or firewall, but you have a good point. I'm gonna go for the wand of evocation. Don't know if I can use it though.
The staff. Yeah, as he watches you
staff.
pick up the staff of evocation, he goes, "Oh, okay. Yeah, just 32,000 more gold
Okay.
pieces out the door, uh-huh."
Okay. Let's see how it is.
Melvin, what are you taking?
You can go first.
I'm gonna take the staff of enchant, or no, I want the wand of wall of fire.
He looks and goes, "Oh, yeah, yeah, that one's still not slightly expensive. Uh-huh. Just gonna use that for something I had planned, but okay."
All right, now it's up to no.
He looks up to Melvin and goes, "And yeah, you're not
Pleading
gonna
eyes.
by the goodness in your heart say that you really don't want anything, are you, by chance?"
Oh, I'm gonna pick up the wand of full strength. This was what I wanted the
Really?
whole time.
Really?
Oh, I thought you were gonna take the staff of enchantment. Okay, I
Yeah,
feel
me
better.
too. Holy shit!
He nods and goes, "All right. Well,
That's unfortunate.
I'm just gonna take the rest of this. I got a buyer already interested. But you lot have a. I appreciate you. I didn't get everything in the castle. If you're wanting to go look, you mentioned the aboleth, right? You guys must have did a hell of a number on the damn creature, because there's nothing but a little pool of blood and a tooth. Yeah, he kind of tosses you the tooth. Trophy.
Oh, thank you.
I wanna. Can I lick the tooth?
Just expecting it. I'm
sure?
already holding out. I'm already holding it out. I know it's a terrible idea.
I just want to lick it.
As you go
It's
to lick it, you do feel a slight numbing effect, though it's the tingling coming from it causes a slight spark as you pull your tongue away. As you do, you can add to your spell list for spells known. You now have Dominate Person for 1 charge or 1 chance. I will warn. Using this spell with how high a level it is, keep in mind what this will do to you. But yeah.
So I can only use this spell once.
Oh, never mind. Never mind. I thought I was thinking of a different spell. No, Dominate Person you're still good with as normal, as long as you have the spellcasting capability.
Which I do.
Yep. So if you have the ability to cast a 4th level bard or 5th level wizard or sorcerer spell, you can cast Dominate Person.
You fucker.
Hey, you got a good spell. What are you upset about? As you pull your tongue away.
I can't ever cast it.
You gotta eat something that's got casting ability. All right.
No, it's too high a level is the problem.
True. But almost level 5 as far as it goes. There might be a way to improve that. Who knows? As campaign goes on. There are always ways to increase your spellcasting ability. But as you kind of lick it, pulling away, the rest, or as you kind of pull back, Doots, Goose kind of takes the rest of the stuff and piles it onto the cart and goes walking over towards Neff's tent, kind of pushing one of the messengers aside as he kind of goes in with the towering thing of loot, as you hear. All right, Neff, you did pay high dollar to be the first informed of whatever I found, so. All right, here are the prices I have. Feel free to start digging through and take what you want. I heard you got a nobility, so you know prices are gonna be just right. As the tent flap closes.
So is that where we're gonna leave it off for today?
Let's go rest.
As you lot kind of retreat back to your
Let's go
tent.
Yeah, I'm ready for some sleep.
Gygax kind of
Good
calling
rest.
for food. One of the mercenary cooks kind of running by, kind of hearing you, nods, seeing where you guys are heading to your tent. Follows over shortly with fresh meat and drink, like heavy and thick ale, as well as a lot of sweets, as like bits of chocolate and other such gourmet bits of bread, freshly cooked sweet and sugary breads are set out for you lot to chew on. Courtesy of what was raided from the kitchens in the city prior to the full siege itself. You lot kind of start to sit down, enjoying yourselves, and kick back as you begin to relax, falling asleep and sleeping through the rest of the night. From that, we will pick up next time. We thank you all for watching. We hope you enjoyed, and we will see you on the next episode of the Cryptic Cabal.